this movie. Speaking of it, we gonna talk about this movie.
I started without the countdown, man.
Oh, shit. We're live.
We're live.
I'm trying.
What is that, KTL?
I'm trying to do the
the music
instrumental. Yeah,
it's like this.
It's
this nigga a hoe.
He was doing that hoe wrong as fuck.
The nigga said it like this.
He was doing that bitch wrong as hell, dog.
He shut that bitch down, bro.
I said this beat is fucking ass. This fucking beat is fucking.
You stole that.
Fucking beat is fucking ass.
Colonizer.
Yeah, he ain't here. What the fuck?
He don't even do that no more.
Yeah, I know he don't. That's why. Like.
No, he said because he realized it's a delay.
No, I'm saying that's why I can do that bitch. He don't even do it no more. You gave that bitch up. That bitch is free domain now. Fuck you. Get it back in blood.
All right, Trey, you ain't got no picture, man. Hey, yo, what's good, man? We back with another episode. Yeah, not over here. You might have to change it and then put it back or some shit. Another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. Today we back to bring y'all another episode from our Crash Course segment. You know, we breaking down the Saw series. Today we got Saw 5, man. Before we, get into that, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Showtime Slim. Who else we got in the building?
Game over.
Okay.
Big Lordy Lord, man. What's happening with y'all niggas, man?
OG Trey, man. King Crash out himself. Let's get it.
King Crash.
You ain't go back and do that
you gave yourself that title.
That slogan shit. You forgot it.
Yeah, I gotta go watch that shit. That's only.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was on that hardball episode.
That's for the main podcast, though. I'm King Crash out for this shit.
That's for the main podcast.
Yeah, that's only for like the weekly movies. For this shit, I'm lit.
Who else? Your picture just changed, like right now.
Is it just you? Or is it
Did it?
Yeah, that bitch just changed.
You said that.
I don't know what it was, but it changed to something else. It wasn't as white because I seen the Flash thing. But all right, whatever.
You seen the Flash? That was a movie that was regular.
Yeah, see, it just changed again. He changed it back.
All
right. Okay, so KTL, man, take the lead on this, brother. You got it.
Damn, this dude is Nick Elliott now. Slim now, Vegeta.
Yeah, like he didn't change it like 3 times. It was somebody with some white hair at first.
Literally not me, bro.
He doing that shit on purpose too.
Who the white hair character that was there?
That was fucking
Gojo.
Yeah.
Look, he got a little smiley on there with a picket sign.
No, that motherfucker ain't smiling, Slim.
That's a lemon head.
Man, get your gay ass on.
A lemon head is gay? He's starting already. He's starting already, man.
You put them hoes in your. You know what you do with a lemon head.
Come on, bro. Since when is a lemon head gay? That's candy.
You know what you do with them hoes.
It's
bro.
candy.
Yeah,
I get it.
How you eat them hoes? Like what you?
All you got is a lemon head with a
not
picket
the
sign,
same
bro.
way Slim eat hot dogs.
He crushed them hoes up.
Jesus Christ.
Devour them bitches.
Y'all couldn't wait, huh? 3 minutes in, huh?
I told Trey to crash out 30 seconds ago, bro.
Don't crash out, bro.
I'm chilling so far, y'all.
All
Y'all
right,
lit
man.
already. I ain't got to turn.
They couldn't wait, Trey.
Do not crash
3 minutes
out,
in.
bro.
Here goes Slim
Please.
hating ass. He
Come on,
well, he wasn't
KTL,
saying
take
this
the
on
lead.
Friday.
Take the fucking
I'm about
lead.
to. Shut the fuck up, lemon head. Now, what I was saying.
He not even
Now
lemon
it's
head
gay.
no more.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
How you say that?
Yeah, because all right. Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna get started.
Nigga,
He better come on, fool.
Come on, bro. Look at him.
I had a
He's
comment
this dude.
waiting, nigga. I was
He's
ready.
this dude. What does that mean?
I was finna stick Trey on you, but I don't want to do it. Keep going.
Exactly what would that entail me doing?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it,
y'all
Trey.
about these guys on Friday,
That's
man.
crazy.
I don't want to say it.
I'm not on call for you, nigga. What the fuck?
I told you he took that shit I said Friday serious.
Yeah,
Bro,
the first
this nigga been
y'all
writing,
go
he
together.
been writing all these slave stories. He think he just control everybody now, bro.
they only about you though.
Oh
That's
man,
pause.
Sorry. I'm out of here.
That's
I don't think slavery is pause.
About
We
me,
got to this
though,
shit.
it gotta be everybody. You can't just have me your only slave, Paul.
I wasn't the master. KTL was. Remember?
Yeah, this
Nigga
family.
acting like he
true.
don't know the
second
story.
time I was just like a regular ass dude.
No, you wasn't.
He was
Yeah,
the
I was
master.
because the
You was
motherfucker
not-
said he was.
Yeah,
fucking-
you was the master.
No, because he said
We
like
need to
whenever
stop
he wrote
this,
that
fools.
bit.
I didn't realize you wrote
I didn't hear what he
it.
said.
Hey, our regular conversations be so fucking crazy.
You
bro.
wrote it though, bro.
Yeah, but I didn't write it. We was doing the little thing.
Saw 5, right?
So,
Saw 5
man.
begins with Detective Peter Strum. You know, as the last movie ends, he's walking in there and he like Jeff bitch ass up. You know what I'm saying? Jeff
Where's
acting
my
like a
daughter?
goofy. Yeah, he got a weapon in his hand. He catch 3 to the chest type shit. You know, fall to the ground, fold. Rest in piss, bucko.
Where my
He
daughter?
gets his own. Strom gets his own tape, and it basically like tells him to leave this shit alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you found my body. Pause. Is that shit good enough for you? Like, can you stop being obsessed with this shit now? And he's like, hey, he talking to the tape. He says, hey, fuck off. I don't think the tape answered, but
I
like,
bitch say, don't proceed, nigga.
hell
Bro,
yeah.
it's
And
the same game for every police
it
officer.
is, bro. He proceeds, and then he gets stabbed up by a fucking pig again.
Pig mask.
Yeah, big ass pig with a fucking needle and shit. And he wakes up and he's
KTL.
Yes.
So it didn't start that way. Remember, it started with the guy in the trap.
Oh, it started with a old
Did it?
dude. Yeah, the
Yeah, the nigga
murderer.
chained to the table.
And that
Steph
shit was
Baxter.
ass. That's why I didn't talk about it. That shit was garbage.
I mean, it has
it's
a
important.
reason why it started with that.
Yeah,
though.
Yeah, I
it's
understand.
important.
Yeah, so like a guy, he's chained to a table. There's a pendulum above him with a blade, and the tape comes on and says that he has to put his hands in some vices that are gonna crush his shit if he wants to get out. So you have like a period where like he's thinking about, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Then he does it. They crush the fuck out of his hands.
Hey man, why do they do that in every fucking movie, boy? They
They
always waste this time.
Because Slim,
be
like,
like,
well, it wouldn't have mattered.
I'm gonna just do
I
it
get
though.
what you're
I'm
saying,
gonna keep it
but
a buck.
yeah,
I would
like
just do it.
It seemed like in every movie we're talking about somebody that's lacking the sense of urgency.
Well, not
man.
that eye shit. I can't do that. But that hand
Me
shit, I'm
either.
like,
Yeah. I think the eye is where I draw the line, bro.
Yeah, I
Because
can't do that.
I can't really fuck with my eyes like that.
Shout out to my eyes, but right. So what I'm saying is, this motherfucker, he like puts his hand in that bitch, it crushes shit, and it doesn't fucking matter. He looks over, sees an eyeball looking at him through the dough, and like he just gets his intestines cut up by a fucking big swinging blade and shit.
really hate that shit. Like, bitch ass nigga, if I do the test, let me win. I hate.
But he
these
said I
niggas
did
who
what I
don't-
was supposed to do.
That shit corny, bro.
Fact,
Like,
Puos,
why
but,
you
like,
holding?
Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this, Puos. This wouldn't have happened if Big Bad John Kramer was still there.
Fact. He was.
It would have happened.
It wasn't his trap though.
It would have happened if Amanda was there. That's her type of game.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, these people do not understand like what the fucking point is of these games, bro. Like, y'all.
I don't think they give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
Corny though.
That is corny.
So I'll say this. So, I mean, this might be skipping ahead a little. I don't know, but in his case with this trap right here,
it wasn't
a part of and it wasn't a part of Jigsaw's whole method type shit. He did that shit on his own, like some vigilante type shit. He tried to frame it as a Jigsaw trap.
Bro, but do you know, like, that's insane, bro. Like, whatever like abandoned building they was in, he had to go in there, construct a fucking pendulum, figure out how, like, do you know the amount of time, effort, and resources it took him to be able to pull this off?
I think the police though, he got pulled.
Jigsaw is already because Jigsaw is like, you know, he does this shit for a living, so I understand how he gets access to these shit and knows how to do this shit. This motherfucker is a cop who figured out the fucking process of pendulums and gravity and shit. He, you know, fucking filed a blade and shit, hung that bitch from the ceiling, all this shit, found an abandoned building, boy. Like, what the
I could do that shit.
No, he did better than I could.
The whole time you out here chasing crackheads and fucking prostitutes and shit, bro. Like, when do you have time to do this shit?
Nah, not him.
Wasn't he like a department head or something? He was like some kind of.
It's the alcohol
he was in a
that
position.
makes it happen. I get
Pause.
Shut your ass.
He had a rank, didn't he?
Slim trying to skip over.
Now he's special agent.
Like wasn't fired.
No, he's not special agent.
That was a good one. They be hating on you when you drop the good ones, boss.
I wasn't listening.
I said, don't matter what I said. Go back and listen to it. But yeah, Peter Strom wakes up in a box. You know what I'm saying? And
wait, hold on, man. I just gotta say, like,
go ahead, bro.
At first, like I thought it was like a jigsaw trap, so I was frustrated, like, cause the nigga was like, you got off on a technicality, and I'm like, nigga, bitch ass nigga, that shit ain't my fault, nigga. You better put the judge in the trap, bitch, or the lawyers, nigga. Don't put this nigga in no trap.
Well, but what if you was the you know what I'm saying? You kept pressing issues so like you could get that shit like that. You feel me?
Bro, it's the lawyers who did it though, and the judge who approved it. Like, it's not me, bro.
I mean,
put them niggas in the trap.
Nah, I see what it is, Puos. This guy, so we didn't talk about it, but this guy killed. Shout out Luther, man. Luther Johnson in the building.
Back?
Yeah, she said models Luther. To scale in the crib.
Luther, my boy.
Shout out Luther.
And that boy definitely, he had one of them big ass like what them string theory shits like on the wall where like he had like blueprints and all type of shit.
Yeah. So Puos like
fucking Hoffman.
I get what you're saying. Like it ain't his fault that he got off. However, the nigga don't give a fuck because he's the one that killed his sister.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I thought it was John Kramer at first, and I was like, bro, you just doing some bullshit now. But
okay,
I can give him this. It's never him when it's bullshit traps. I applaud him for that.
Yeah, facts.
Salute the bro.
Yeah, because I feel like John Kramer operates with a certain standard.
Bro, he says it later, and we gonna get to it. But he literally says that shit like he got on a motherfucker ass behind that shit, bro.
Yeah.
But
so let's go.
Right, so Strom wake up in a box. It's some, containers of water suspended above him, and them bitches is going, like he don't get a tape. He don't get nothing. Like you didn't listen to.
He had his tape already.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You didn't listen to the other tape. I'm finna put your bitch ass in this box, and you finna drown.
Hey, KJ, the tape said do not proceed, and since he wanted to proceed,
hell yeah, he wanted to proceed.
Got on there.
Like Slim, this wasn't a test to beat. This was a death trap. Like a motherfucker, like
corny.
Bro, but what's
it's
wild,
not
like you look over there, his gun on the table, his phone on the table and shit. He got all of that shit. They ain't take a pin from him. They took his gun and his phone and shit. They ain't take a pin. Like,
hey, KT, Puos, let me tell you why it's not corny. Because when he was in the hospital, it's not a hospital, but when he was out there where John Kramer's body was, the tape said, "Do not proceed, or else this and that. You're gonna be here for, like your body this gonna be a tomb or whatever the fuck he was saying." And so the nigga chose to proceed. So at that point, you already failed the test. The test told you not to go. So at that point, you about to die. I think that's perfectly
Slim,
like,
if I may, I'm gonna get in my my bag real quick, my pool style bag. Bitch, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't gotta listen to you, bitch. What the fuck? Like,
this the nigga that's putting everybody in the traps.
But that nigga told him, "Fuck you, though. Suck my dick." Like,
and that's why that's why he ended up in a water tank.
And who won though?
Shit, we gonna talk about it. Right?
No, so yeah, I see. Like the point is, Puos, he's in the water tank because he didn't listen to the tape. That's his punishment. That's what he gets.
But damn, bro, like, can I have another chance?
Fuck no, you already said fuck me on the first one. Like what?
Well, guess what? You should have took my pen away because I'm.
Okay, talk about the pen. Talk about the pen.
He said, "What's the word?" Right.
Talk about the pen.
But yeah, so that bitch start filling up with water, and he look around. He's trying to figure out a way out that bitch. All he got is a pen. That motherfucker take the little, the back out that hoe, and he decide there's only one way out this bitch, through his windpipe. That motherfucker stabbed himself in the neck with a pin so he could breathe through his fucking neck while that box filling up with water, boy. I don't know. Like, could y'all have did that shit?
I wouldn't have thought of that.
That's what I'm saying, Puos.
I wouldn't have did it either, probably.
No, I wouldn't have did it if I could have thought of it.
God, that would have hurt like a bitch.
I don't think I would have did it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna die.
I don't feel like that's working that way. It's not. I don't think it's working that smoothly in real life.
I mean, people I remember seeing some shit. I want to say it was Mythbusters. They did some shit about that shit. Motherfuckers definitely talked about how that shit would work if you did that shit.
If you just poke yourself in the neck one time, that's gonna open up a hole.
Well, you gotta stab that bitch hard, bro. But
I feel like you're gonna be in too much pain too to just chill there.
You're not strong though. He really one of them niggas.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're not no detective.
Yeah, I don't think the regular person would be able to do
Nah,
that.
don't
like
say
how
regular.
he
Just
did.
say you can't do it, bro.
Yeah, I'm
No,
about
I
to
don't
say,
think the
if
regular
it's a buck
person.
like that,
Nah,
you-
just say you ain't built like
this
Strong,
is a
bro.
this a perfect example of some movie shit. Like he stabbed himself one time in the neck. I don't think that's working that way.
He's surgical.
Hey, Slim, go try it out, bro.
Yeah,
See if
bet.
it worked that way.
I just said I wouldn't do it a
You
little
don't
while
gotta
ago.
hate on Strom just because you can't do it, bro.
I ain't hating on it. Like it's a good idea for the movie. I just don't think that works that smoothly in real life.
I got 500 on Strom versus you. I think he'll beat the hell out you.
Where he at? Go get him. Go find him.
Hey,
Go find him.
Hey, Trey been muted forever. He just unmuted just to laugh.
Go find him.
He really
Luther
trying to hold that.
Hey,
Luther
Slim,
say,
why did you pause when you see Andy?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, he saw what that shit said. That's why.
Luther said they did that shit. How you know I ain't paused when I said like why you think it's that word? Like how you know I
Quit
ain't see
pausing.
Dave? How you know I ain't see Dave, nigga?
Quit. What?
Yeah, I stopped that they did, nigga.
Nah, bro, I heard you about
That's
to
what I
read it,
said.
but you know you
back
read
in action, man.
I
you
stopped
reading
that they
before you
did,
say
nigga.
what you
Hey, Pools.
What up?
Hey, Pools. The jokes are back. The jokes are back.
Jokes is back, Luther.
Luther,
Yeah, I ain't
Luther
gonna
said
lie.
they did that shit on Anaconda.
Hey,
I didn't see
Hey,
Anaconda.
if a motherfucker got beef with Slim, bro, just put him in a scenario where he got to stab himself in the neck with a pin, bro. He's out of there.
Oh,
He's
he out of
You
there.
done.
Oh yeah.
You can't do none of these
Or
traps,
the eye.
man. You said
Or the
you
eye.
ain't-
or the eye.
No, I could have did the hand shit, but the eye I ain't doing it, and I don't think I would have did the neck either.
What's the neck? Pause.
The stab, like I said, the stabbing in the
This
neck.
little
I
Oh,
was
that
makeshift
shit.
tracheotomy and shit.
If I
yeah,
knew how to
I
do
just
it,
don't
sir,
believe. I don't believe it's gonna work like that. I feel like something gonna fuck up.
at
Yeah, I
least
feel
try.
I would have did that and just bled out.
Hey, I did
for
notice
that,
he had a
Trey.
lot of blood on his shirt.
I'm
Boy.
finna drown for that, Trey. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
I'm
I
gonna
ain't
just choose
drowning,
drowning.
nigga. That shit, that's the scariest shit. Fuck drowning.
Bleeding out is very scary too, though,
I don't
man.
think that's the worst like shit in this
Well,
movie.
maybe
Like
being
way
on
to
fire,
die,
that
for
shit
real.
terrible.
Yeah, I think being on fire is a little worse.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, the classic falling in a wood chipper, probably like the worst.
Well, I wasn't going that extreme. I thought we
That
was
shit,
making a comparison between
regular shit.
a couple
What
of
he
things.
talking about?
Yeah, that's
Tucker
so
and
regular.
Dale
I've
type
seen
shit,
it happen
nigga.
to several
That's a
folks.
hell of a
movies,
movie.
like
Would have recommended if y'all ain't seen it already.
Dale and
Tucker
Tucker.
and Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey ain't
What?
see that shit.
Right. So Hoffman emerges from the joint. He got Jeff's daughter in hand, so she survived, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hero.
They put her in the ambulance and
Pussy
shit.
ass nigga.
And like he said, everybody else is dead in there. I'm the only one that made it out. Then they wheel Strom ass out, and boy, Hoffman shook. That motherfucker Hoffman, he don't know what to do with himself.
Mhm.
But
Bitch ass. I don't fuck with that nigga.
they move forward. I believe, you know, like the next shit that they saw. Well, is it the Jill Tuck shit next?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jill Tuck is in an office of a lawyer.
Yep.
And a lawyer like
I was John lawyer.
Yeah, John done left Jill Tuck some shit. He left a video, and he say the contents of this box that he leaving are of the utmost importance. You know, after he apologizes for all the shit that like they done went through, and you know some of the shit that he done did low key. But yeah, so she opens that box. You never see what's in the box, but you know it's hinted that it will be important later. After
It's like
that,
the movie Seven.
hell yeah, but I don't think the contents are the same.
Hell no.
Right. So the next shit you see the police, you know, captain or whatever, like whatever the high rank is, they promoting the fuck out Hoffman because he's a hero and shit.
He a
You know,
lieutenant
he got
now.
rid of the Jigsaw killer and he saved these folks and they're like paying tribute to the motherfuckers that died in that bitch. You know, all that type of good shit, right? They got, you know, Danny Glover up in there. And fucking Eric Matthews, all these fucking cops that died piece of shit deaths. But, right, so then Hoffman pulls up on Strom.
They got what they deserve, for real.
Most of them?
Nah, not that lady.
Yeah, well, not the Asian dude neither.
I'm talking about them two that you named.
Oh.
Who Danny Glover?
Danny Glover and Daniel Matthews.
Nah, get your ass out
They
of
got
here.
what the fuck they
Nah,
deserve.
nigga, I ain't forget
Eric
what you
Matthews?
said last week, nigga. Fuck out of here.
What?
Run
What
down
I
on
say?
it, fool.
If it was my son, I would have did the same thing. I wouldn't just talk
He
about
been
that
saying
nigga.
that for 2-3 weeks.
What they got to do with what I just said right now?
So what you mean he got what he deserved? Oh, because he used to like rape prostitutes.
He was
and
a
then
yeah, he was a
He
piece
didn't
of
rape
shit.
nobody, boy. He
Yeah,
paid
rape-
Yeah, he just
regular
fucked the
sex.
prostitute and then arrested her
Oh,
for it.
my
That's
bad.
all.
It ain't rape. He
That's
just
all.
lied to her about what his intentions were.
Yeah, that's grimy, but I mean, it's better
And
than rape.
then he did the shit with everybody. I don't know what he did with everybody else. I know he framed them. I know he did that to
I
her.
don't see the problem. Tell them niggas get a gun if they don't want to get framed. So you think you let a nigga
If they
frame
have
you?
a gun,
Shoot that
it's
nigga.
easier to frame them.
That's what I was thinking.
Just kill that nigga though.
Shoot that nigga like, why you letting that nigga frame you, stupid ass
Nigga trying to get 5 stars on GTA, my nigga. What's wrong with you?
better than what happened to them niggas. I let the police station before I let that shit happen.
I don't know, because that nigga Xavier almost won.
Man, I seen a bitch
Who
get
the fuck is Xavier?
Daniel did win.
Wasn't Xavier the Hispanic nigga name?
Oh yeah, he the one that came beat up no dude.
What's his name?
Oh, it might have been Xavier, low key.
Yeah, that was his name. He just couldn't like beat up nobody with a fucking.
Looked through a peephole and got shot in the face.
Beat your ass.
And shit, put money on him. Beat the shit out of him, then beat the shit out you. Stop playing.
Oh my god!
Now,
you just beating the shit out of everybody, ain't you, KTL? You're not even built like that.
Oh my god,
bro, you just
Man,
said
you
you would die stabbing a pin in your neck. I know
Yeah,
I'm
you wouldn't do it.
I
You
know
wouldn't
I'm
do it.
smoke you.
The fuck, nigga, I can do it, not you.
What else?
A
I
ballpoint
get rid of me,
pin
nigga. You
versus
can't.
this fist, boy.
I get
Stop playing.
what
like,
fist?
Come on, bro. You want to
Let me
find
check.
out?
Yeah, I'm keeping it a buck. You probably weak as a bitch.
Oh boy,
I'm gonna keep it a whole buck.
you probably weak as a bitch.
He probably weak as. Hey, you want to know what's crazy?
Right
What the fuck? You been white this whole time?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
oh, this changes everything, Pool.
Stop
This
playing,
nigga
bro.
white?
This changes everything.
Hey Luther, this nigga saying the N-word on here. Get him out of here.
It wasn't me, bro. That was Trey.
Luther about to
me,
shuck
bro.
and jive in the comments right now. That nigga finna shuck away. Go ahead, Luther. He left. We ain't got no viewers.
Yeah, because you just called him a
He
shucker.
seen KTL was white and got the fuck out of here.
Slim implied that boy
That
been
nigga
shucking corn.
disappointed.
KTL, you scaring off the fucking viewers. Nigga, don't cut your camera back on.
I'm scared. The only person I'm scaring is you.
Why Luther got up out of here?
Shit, because you said he shucked corn.
Because you white.
You're a liar.
Luther don't fuck. His name Luther. You think he fuck with white people?
There's white
Luther
Luther.
Johnson. I think he one of y'all niggas, low key. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Man.
You think he white?
Nah, he one of y'all niggas though.
Oh.
It might be Trey, bro.
Hell nah, I would
It's
never.
gotta be Slim because y'all we already discovered y'all other accounts is female.
The nigga
Like,
pulled
Slim
up when I wasn't here. No, he's saying this one of y'all.
That's
people.
why he
Oh, he
pulled up
said
when
he
you
here.
weren't
He
here,
said
and it
he
was
here.
you.
Why I say no viewers?
Hey, Pulse.
What up, yo?
He said he pulled up when I wasn't here, as if that yes, because he's you.
I
Like,
pulled up after that, stupid.
come on, bro.
Hey Luther, who are you, bro? Is you one of these niggas?
I'm gonna keep it a
Alright,
buck,
bro.
KT. I would never name
Anyway.
myself Luther. What the hell is wrong with you, my nigga?
I'm not even gonna ask.
Shout out Luther and his parents,
Luther
but I'd never
Johnson,
name
man.
myself Luther,
Yeah.
my nigga.
But yeah, so right.
Shout out LJ, man. Big LJ in the
I
building.
know that's a generic.
Hey, Big
this
L,
is not a real person, bro.
That's that nigga a bot.
That's not a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
person.
Sick, Trey. I don't
Luther
know why you
Johnson?
said that.
Niggas Big Luther and Johnson, nigga.
Come
They
on,
don't even.
bro. That's
They don't go
Man.
together.
That's not a real person.
They don't
bro.
go together.
that shit bananas, bro.
Nigga, if you would have had a nickname by you would have been LJ by now. Like your
That's a
name.
fact.
He
Slim
rocking
just
that
tried to
shit.
give him that name, but he called
He-
him Big LJ.
He ain't want to accept it, KTL.
I don't know if I would have neither, for real.
It's better than Luther, ain't it?
I don't know.
Why y'all trying to play, bro?
I'm gonna be honest.
That's
Your
Slim.
name Caleb though, so you don't have any room to talk.
Y'all
What's
hear how
your name,
quiet it
Christian?
got when Christian said that?
I feel like that's normal as
Come
fuck.
on, bro.
Caleb normal too though. That's like a regular ass.
Yeah,
white
but that
man.
shit corny.
That
Yeah,
Christian
it
shit
is
just
kinda
soft,
ass.
bro. It's
That
normal, but it's
that shit
soft,
corny
bro.
as hell.
I ain't never met a tough Christian.
Christian.
You watch wrestling, my nigga. You love
Yeah,
it.
he ain't tough. He pussy. He just make fun of folks dead dads.
Would he beat your ass or not?
Hell no.
Can't nobody beat your ass. Let's get back
No,
to the
but
movie.
he can't.
Let's get back to the movie, man.
At least
Come on, okay.
nobody beats
Not can nobody beat his
He
ass.
keeps
Trey.
trying to find and tag other
Let's get
people, and
back
it's
to
not
the
working,
movie.
bro. Slim
Man.
keep going against somebody, and I keep slapping them all when they run
All right,
up.
man. So Detective Hoffman, man, he got promoted to lieutenant.
No,
Yeah,
that's
so,
not where we at, Slim.
well,
That's
Let
definitely
me-
where we at.
I don't know.
You
No.
said it.
Well, let's get back to
Detective Hoffman pulls up on Strum in the hospital room. He's like, "Hey, how the fuck
Nigga,
did
that's
you
the
make it
same
out?"
place.
He say, "How the fuck did you make it out?" He said, "With a goddamn hole in my neck." Like,
Hey, yo.
Why you have to?
Man.
Man.
Yo, what are you talking about, bro?
Man, that's one of y'all niggas, bro. That's one of y'all.
Gotta be Slim, bro, for real.
It's Trey, bro.
It ain't me, bro. I would have let y'all.
That's one of y'all niggas, bro.
I
That's
would have
big
never.
facts, huh?
I would have never put no exclamation mark for no I and shit. I would have just said, I don't give a fuck about cussing. I would have never did
That
that.
nigga did do that. He put an exclamation mark.
Come on, man. Trey would have
in
never
shit,
done.
bro.
And the letter N, I don't type like that.
Oh, he did do that.
Yeah, I just seen that.
I would have just said and shit. I wouldn't have said that sentence. That ain't me at all, nigga. I would have said that totally different.
I've never seen Anaconda, so I can't make that statement.
Yeah, me either. So take me out.
I
That's
seen that music
a real
video,
nigga, bro. That's a
Minaj
regular
shit.
dude. He tripping.
Nicki Minaj had that music video. I seen that shit.
Hey, salute
But,
to you, Luther, bro. You wild.
yeah.
Shout out Luther, man.
Motherfucker said he made it out the trap with, a hole in his neck and shit. And like
You can hear the way he was talking. He was talking like one of them people that smoked the cigarettes and shit.
Yeah. But that motherfucker was out there, like they start talking crazy to each other and shit. And Hoffman basically tells him again, like, hey, bro, fuck off. Like, this shit, go, you know what I'm saying? Like, you made it. Be happy that you made it type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Strom was going for that shit. I'm not going to lie to you, fellas.
Nah, Strom wasn't hearing that shit one bit.
Like,
he had the scheme on that nigga. Like, he really downloaded that nigga early.
Thanks.
Like, that motherfucker, well, it ain't that too early because it took him a whole movie type shit.
Nah,
Man,
but he low-key was feeling like that the last movie. He was like, bro, this nigga, some off with this Hoffman nigga.
But still,
Yeah,
like,
but
the
we
moment
thought he
he
was
got like a
blowing the
clear
fuck out
picture,
of him.
nigga, he was lit though. Like, he
told that nigga, he was like,
he told that nigga,
you got a couple
face, nigga,
scratches.
like, like something ain't right
arm
about
straps
this shit.
broke. Nigga say
Yeah, like,
Jigsaw don't make no
everybody,
mistakes. Nigga,
facts, nigga. Everybody in here dead. Nigga, I had to poke myself in the throat to get out of here. Nigga, like, you just straight.
and he got out with a technicality, Trey. The arm straps broke.
Like, nigga, they had to carry me out of here. And you thought I was dead too, nigga. Like stop it, bro. Like,
you wanted me to be dead, bitch.
Trey's so funny, boy.
That nigga ain't look for him or nothing, bro. Like, it's obvious.
Yeah, so it's like, nigga,
he told you said that everybody dead in that hole. All of a sudden, now we all out there. Now you oh, that's great.
That nigga knew where the little girl was at too. Like, nigga, how you even know where the little girl
and Agent Perez?
I ain't know where she was at. Puos and I watched the movie.
Agent Perez snitched on him anyway. Nigga, her dying words was Detective Hoffman. Nigga, she knew what the scheme was too.
How she knew? I guess
I don't know.
He must have popped back up. He might have popped up on her or some shit. I don't know.
Shit, hey, you know how like motherfuckers like when they finna die and shit, they get epiphanies and shit. That motherfucker seen into a whole nother parallel universe and shit. Seen all the details.
Man, that shit's sick.
R.I.P. Agent Perez, man.
Kind of got to the scheme and shit. So Detective Hoffman, he walk out of the room. He go into this little dark room or whatever, where he see a model of the this movie's game. So Saw 5's game, essentially like a little model of how they been doing it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So then it flashes to the contestants being chained to what is going to be the first trap. You got 5 contestants. I can't remember everybody's name. It's not really important.
Contestants is crazy.
Yeah, you got Wayne in your background, Slim.
Oh, my bad.
So you got 5 participants. They are all collared around the neck and chained to a device that will behead them if the chain pulls them back far enough. They wake up and all start to realize that they are connected in some way. So the tape plays. Tape gives them information and says essentially that, right? You are all... y'all all had gifts or blessings from birth that y'all have chosen to abuse and use for your own personal selfish gain. So for the length of this trap or game or whatever the fuck, I would implore you to think differently than you have thought to set yourself up for the life you have today. Your survival instincts will kick in and tell you to think of yourself only. Do not do that. Like, that's really their only instruction is as you progress through this, do not think of only yourself.
Hey, Trey.
Yeah.
Last week, Puos put out the little announcement. He was telling me, he was like, what you called their Puos? You said they had a
bad bitch.
You called it like a top 5 or 10 or something.
15 and 20.
Top 15. Top what, Trey?
Shit. So who batted the Megan Good so far?
You mean in the world?
In these series?
Nah. He talking about in the world.
Oh, my fault. I thought we was talking about since in Saw.
I will say 2008. I think that's around the time where I used to fuck with Megan Good
I
heavy.
think she
She
even
was
better
one of the
right now, low
celebrities.
key.
She
Yeah, I'm
was
about to say from
attractive, but
Saw
she
one
was
I just
through
got
ass in
five,
this
I just
fucking
got
Megan Good
over
is
movie,
that
top
boy.
shit,
one.
bro. I got over it. So I
I
don't
got
really
over her
care.
too, but for
Yeah,
this
me
time,
too.
she's smoking these bitches for sure.
Yeah,
Like
2008, I was really fucking with her heavy.
she
And
was
by
She
and
clearing.
Saw
What was
hoes, it
saying
ain't even
about his
close. She
video?
bodying them hoes.
I mean, bro, who's our competition? Lynn,
Shit, exactly.
Amanda, like.
I like Lynn,
Fuck
Hey,
is
like I
Lynn?
say, Megan Good was
the
attractive in this whole, but
Yeah,
she
boy.
was
the
she was
doctor.
sorry
Yeah,
as a
boy.
bitch in this movie, boy.
Who was sorry?
Megan Good,
It's dark as hell. She got
You
on a
think
big
so?
ass
man.
suit.
I don't think she was ass in this movie.
Pujols, I'm not talking about how that bitch look. I'm talking about how that bitch was. Like
I don't think so.
she was garbage,
She was a little bit aggressive
man.
in
She
certain
was
moments. I don't
fucking
think that was
garbage,
ass.
Slim. And I'll get to it here in a little bit. Go ahead, Trey.
All right, so the game starting. I want to make a quick comment here.
Oh yeah, go ahead. And then I actually did have something I wanted to say. I
I'm
forgot.
gonna say, so they all start talking, and the ball dude immediately makes a statement that indicates that he knows something about one of the contestants, which
Facts.
I thought turned him into a pretty fucked up person to be in there with. Because they like answer the question, like they start asking him other questions, like how do you know her, and he'll say nothing, like how do you know, like say something like that. I think his silence was a poor decision, given that don't nobody know nothing. Like I feel like if you could have put something together right there, you should have. Like nigga, we have to work together. So it's like we all chained in here. We know this is a saw trap type shit. Even though Shorty said like he dead or whatever, like bro, we in here right now, like and you recognize her, like nigga, help us make the connection. Like I felt like him, like
Well, he told that bitch too, like this a game. The less you know about me, the better. Type
and I
shit.
disagree entirely. Like nigga, he just said we are all connected in some way. Like nigga,
Well, he looking at
if
that
you
as
got
a
it, point it
competition,
out.
though.
Yeah,
And I
that nigga looking at it like a competition.
Yeah, bro.
that's a fact.
Like, but I want to say this though, like I appreciate that this is the first instance of some shit we'll talk about later in the movie. But like in this, before like the tape went off and all this shit, motherfuckers wasn't just doing some dumbass shit. Like that motherfucker said, "Hey, if you pull on that bitch too hard, it's gonna start this trap. Settle the fuck down.
First time in Saw history.
See what the fuck, see what's going on type shit."
Mm-hmm.
And like I really like appreciate that shit, bro. Motherfucker just not like they did a lot in this movie where like people wasn't just being fucking idiots, off the strength type shit.
Yeah, but then a nigga started being an idiot because he was like
He did,
emotional
yeah,
and shit.
and he's fucking
That nigga
awful.
was
Like,
emotional.
he's
The white nigga?
the worst.
Hell yeah, he got pissed.
He is the worst, bro.
What did he do when he said he wanted to close the door?
Man, no, when
Nah,
he starts
yeah.
freaking the fuck out and starts acting up type shit, and then like he like they sitting there like, hey, we got to figure this shit out, all of this, and he says fuck this and just start running.
That nigga say
start
fuck all
the
you
trap,
and your
bro.
fucking
Like,
plan.
That
That
nigga
nigga
a
started
tweaker,
that day.
bro.
Bro, like he's a goofy ass crackhead cluck bitch.
And
Get your bitch ass on.
and he's technically the reason why the last girl got killed in that game too.
100. He's the reason why a couple of them got killed.
Technically,
I'm talking about in that game, in that first game.
They're all the reason why the last girl got killed.
Well, you right, but we don't know that yet.
He did kickstart that bitch like that though, like he
But
tweaked out
and it's sad because like.
But
that
Trey,
bitch,
I'm not even saying
that
that.
bitch was kind of fire.
What you saying?
Yeah, I think so too, KTL, but I didn't
Oh, you
have
saying
enough
like
time.
when he got to his
because
key,
he dropped
he
the
did that
key.
extra.
Yeah, he dropped his key and shit,
Yeah.
and that kind of stopped her from being able to like run to her shit.
Boy,
And so,
he didn't even drop that whole Slim. Everybody else walk up like a motherfucker, wrap his jacket around and he punched that bitch. Bitch hit that hoe with her shoe. Buddy walks up and Sparta kicks his foot through the box. Of course the key's gonna fly forward, you fucking dickhead.
And so he tried to get his shit,
Bro,
and it
he's
kind of
so
stopped her from
Yeah,
going to
he
get her shit.
pulled like an extra, like he was already at the
so
box. He pulled
stupid.
again, like preventing her from being able to get up there.
R.I.P.
Oh,
her,
yeah.
man.
Come on, bro. Like that shit is ass.
got-
Like I say, I fuck.
They always, that's another thing. I'm noticing a lot of patterns and trends in these movies. Because like one of them, Trey, is I feel like it's a few times where they've done that thing where somebody knows something about what's going on, and then they gotta tell the rest of the people what's going on, or in this case they didn't.
Exposition.
But also, what he just said about them getting rid of somebody, like they always seem to kill off, like it's always one useless person in these games that ended up getting killed out of nowhere. Like the dude that got shot with the gun,
bro.
The one that fucking had the seizure or whatever is like, it's always somebody that they take out of these games. It's like a pattern that they keep doing.
But
It got a
yeah,
few
go
patterns
ahead,
in this
Trey.
movie.
So yeah, picking up from I guess essentially that part, right? So they get their keys and shit. No, they have. I can't even get out. They haven't made it that far. So they discussing a little bit of the shit, like, and they realize, or the ball dude realizes that if they start pulling at the shit, it's gonna activate the trap. The thing comes on and explains the rules to him, and then a 15-minute timer starts. Ball dude looks up and realizes that the timer is connected to nail bombs that are scattered across the room, so they don't have the option to just stand there forever until they figure out a smart plan. They got 15 minutes. Well, a minute in, Tweaker buddy just said "fuck all y'all" and pulls at his neck to go get his key, and he starts the shit. Now they have 1 minute to open the box, get the keys, and open the locks and get out of there. So he pulls, and then ball dude just way stronger than him, like brolic as hell in comparison. Yanks on his shit and just pull that nigga to the floor because he a tweaker. He probably ain't got no muscles. And so he goes up, smashes the box, his key. Megan Good character goes next. Girl on the far left, real estate agent, she go next, and then Tweaker buddy get his. Ashley, the girl on the far right, I don't know why I remember her name. She
The one
doesn't
that
make
got killed.
Yeah, so she doesn't make it in time, and the timer goes off. All four of the other contestants get their braces off. The timer goes off. It yanks back, and
Bro,
then
that's
the
such
head
a
is cut off.
like a wild aesthetically way to die. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They set up like
Mm-hmm.
some jagged shit in a V, boy. You just go like get pulled to that bitch wild hard and it just sever your shit.
That's a fact. Like, just
And she didn't have any. There was nothing she could really do about this situation either.
Hell
For real.
nah. Well,
for
first
ass.
things first, right? Like I assume, you know, like motherfuckers like pulling.
KTL,
They're
read with
trying
the
to.
comment.
Yes. Motherfuckers. Well, I saw it a minute ago, Slim. I don't know why you just
I
said
was telling you to
something
read
about.
it out loud.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like, I assume that motherfuckers like pulling that bitch is why you can't, you know, like you gotta like pull against that shit, right? So if these dumbasses would have got their collar off quicker, I assume it's less tension, you know, that you gotta pull against for your own shit. You feel me? So like that's the other thing. Bald ass motherfucker gets his key, boy. He spent 30 seconds fumbling with that bitch, boy. Damn, you can't get a collar off. That shit
I
garbage,
mean,
bro.
I guess, but to me, the
I don't
person
like that shit,
directly
Slim.
responsible is the white guy. He's directly
Oh, you
responsible
know
for
that?
her
Yeah,
her
he's the
death.
worst. Like he is genuinely the worst in
Well,
this
he's
fucking movie,
he's
bro.
responsible for the timer starting and her dying.
He's
So
responsible for a lot of shit in this movie, bro. He's a fucking cunt. But yeah, that like you know, Ashley gets pulled and she gets her noggin lopped off and shit. But so we go back to you know Detective Strom and Hoffman and shit, right? Strom is basically like he gets visited by who was that guy with the mustache? Like he was just a new
Erickson,
FBI like case guy.
Erickson,
That doesn't
you
help
talking
me
about
at
his
all, Slim.
boss?
I'm not asking about his name. Like I'm
His
asking
boss?
what is he? Okay,
You
like
talking about
yes,
you're fucking what's his name? Fucking not Hoffman, Strom. Strom's
yes,
boss.
that the white guy with the mustache. What was his position in work?
Man, that was that nigga boss, man. I don't know what he
Okay.
was. He was a
So my
boss.
point being is that he goes in there and like you know checks on him and shit, and like Strom's like, all right, I'm finna get back on this case. He says, no, you're not. You benched. He says, like, who the fuck said that? He said, I did. Now take a walk. And
Hmm.
Strom not happy about that bitch, boy. I can't lie to you.
Hoffman called him too and left him a message type shit.
Hell yeah, cause like Hoffman the whole time, like he's trying to fucking, you know, like he knows that Buddy is on to him, so he's you know trying to do all type of shit, you know, trying to get the drop on him. But does it what happens after that? Was it the second trap?
Yeah.
Yep, we flash to trap number 2, which takes them to a room directly adjacent to the previous room. They have yet to shut the door from the other room, and the timer is actually still counting down to those nail bombs go off. Just a little subtle thing that's going to be brought right back. So then the tape plays. No, the tape doesn't play yet. So they're sitting there talking, and they start to discuss what their similarities might be. So Megan Good character asks like, "Hey, what do you guys do?" And they're like, "You first." So it turns out that she works for the city's like architecture department or some shit like that, and her
She do the
father
permit
owns
shit.
four, yeah. So, and her father owns one of the sports teams that was trying to get a stadium built. So it turns out that the other girl that's still alive, she is actually the real estate agent who put the whole shit into play. And the guy, the tweaker, he don't have like no job, no nothing. He a trust fund baby. Like he come from money.
The fucking worst.
Yeah, he weak as a bitch. And then the bald dude is actually a editor for a newspaper, the Herald or some shit like that. So he's like a publicist. So then their connection actually grows a little bit. Yeah.
That tweaker told him that shit was ass. He told him watch his fucking mouth.
Yeah, nigga shut up too. He hold that nigga. Nigga ain't say nothing else.
He said, your biggest accomplishment is working for a rag. He said, you watch your fucking mouth. Like,
yeah, that nigga said, watch how you talk about me. That nigga shut right up too. He holds. But yeah, so they all kind of discovered that they have something in common as far as like their connection, and it'll show in a minute. But then we actually get to room number 2, and Tweaker Buddy shut the door, which is right on time because that other room bomb goes off. So the bomb goes off in the other room, and that is immediately the Kickstarter.
Sound muffled, Trey.
Say what happened? Oh,
you were sounding muffled.
Yeah, I covered it. What the fuck?
What the hell?
He niggas tweaking.
I warned y'all about that guy.
Boy, start playing Sexy Red over here.
Big Lordy Lord.
Oh, that was Puos? I thought that was you, Trey.
Nah, it wasn't
me. I clicked on this bitch shit. She hold on, watch this.
We're gonna get copyright, Puos. We're gonna get a copyright.
Who is that? Is that Ice Spice?
I don't know who it
is. Nigga said that's Big Bad Sexy
Who
Red.
Is that,
man.
bro? You're the one watching it.
No, it's a bitch, but she playing the music in the background.
Hey, Luther said, y'all right though. What cop even intelligent enough to think of these?
That's the fact though. Like, why is he cold like that? But so yeah, the explosion kickstarts the second tape. The second tape explains that there are 4 tubes in the room, and the keys are above them in these glass jars, but only 3 keys will open the thing. So who's gonna be the odd man out? So the timer starts with another 15-minute timer. Same deal. Pipe bombs in the corner. They're gonna blow up if y'all don't figure it out in 15 minutes.
Can I say I don't like that they did that in this movie? Like the first one I was that's like cold, but like they just kept redoing the nail bombs in every room. Like that's
the purpose of the nail bombs was. The purpose
I
of the
know
nail
it's a sense of urgency or whatever, but like I just don't like that they continue to use the same thing every time. Like I was like, this kind of it feels lazy. Like
I don't think it was lazy. I think
it was just should have put lava in the floor in the second room.
I think he should have put a big ass flamethrower, bro. Like
put a motherfucking thunderstorm in the room. One of y'all getting electrocuted.
Hell yeah! Put an electric bathtub or something. Fuck.
So I say that I don't think that was the purpose of this. I think the whole nail bomb thing, because they said it at one point that, but it was like, I think the tape said it, like the nail bombs are gonna go off and the door is gonna be sealed forever or some shit. And I kind of think that was just like the purpose of them to kind of like if you don't hurry up and do this shit, y'all gonna be trapped. Because like if we go like later, we're gonna talk about it. Something happened later where it was kind of like where somebody was trapped type shit. And I think that's what this was like. The nail bombs was gonna trap them, but it wasn't to like kill them or nothing like that. I don't think that's what it was for.
Shit, they was blowing niggas ass up.
It's just lazy, bro.
I don't think nobody got blew up with it. Did
that one nigga got the ball head?
Oh well, yeah, he did, but he's the only one.
Hey, go ahead, Trey, because I want to talk about this. Talk about this shit, bro. Because I want
to.
Say here.
Ballhead Buddy decides to pull a second home move here. So the tweaker, he starts the timer again, essentially, and starts to break the glasses up top so they can get the keys. So he breaks the first glass, and Ball Buddy, just for absolutely no reason other than feeling like, fuck this nigga, he hits him in the back, like off guard, back of the head with another object and tries to like knocks him out.
It was around at this point that I realized that the bald dude is my favorite character in this movie, not named John Kramer. Like he really the coldest character, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey Trey, they only had 3 keys and it was 4 of them. So
yeah,
you know that's why he was like.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you heard. I covered that part in the beginning, but
I didn't. I didn't hear it.
But so yeah, exactly that though, right? So it's 4 twos, but only 3 keys. So and then even Jigsaw says on the tape who would be the odd man out, right? So that's to give the implication that somebody will not make it to the next room. So, Buddy, Tweaker Buddy starts to knock out the glasses. He gets like one or two of them out, and then Bald Dude knocks him out from behind. Pause if necessary. From there, he immediately goes into knocking the rest of the glasses.
Shut up.
The girls are on the ground, ducking the glass that's breaking from above them. The girls find the first two keys in the rug and shit. And then the Tweaker, while kind of like dazed and shit, grabs the third key, but Ball Buddy steps on his hands like, better luck next time, my nigga. And takes the
you ain't
key
going
from him.
nowhere, nigga.
Yeah, hold that nigga. Pause if necessary on that. You ain't going nowhere. That's
Megan
crazy.
Good was pissed.
Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
you said it with that accent.
Yeah,
She
Megan
was pissed.
Megan Good wasn't feeling that shit. She felt like he was finna start sabotaging, which I
Stupid
understand
ass
because
bitch.
it's like you clearly see that he's gonna pick himself at the end of this shit if necessary.
Stupid
So,
Clearly.
ass bitch,
Clearly.
boy.
what you think is
This is
stupid?
the moment where that bitch became so fucking sorry.
How you figure?
Because
I disagree.
because she attacked his favorite character. He just said that was his favorite character.
Yeah, but
Beyond
why do
that,
you think that was
Slim,
a bad
it's
thing to
deeper
do?
than that. It's deeper than that. Pause.
That was a great
First-
thing to do.
No, it's not because, and I can tell you, I can
Oh,
give you
yes,
two
it was.
reasons. I can give you two reasons. One,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm given, regardless of if this person is a self-serving dickhead, right? If I have the choice of bashing of letting a motherfucker die who is a self-serving dickhead, but at least has some intelligence and cognizance of what's going on here and can formulate a coherent plan, or this useless motherfucker who already caused one of us to die and just derails any type of planning we do.
You're wrong.
You bitch ass cluck.
Yeah, KTL
You're
has
going
no
in the
survival
fucking
skills.
bomb.
You're wrong.
You have no
You're
survival
going in the
skills,
bomb.
KTL.
And
Yeah,
second off,
disagree
because they
entirely.
tried to present this shit as this bitch, all like he was a piece of shit. He was just gonna kill us and shit.
He
And
was.
she
Yeah.
turned out and did the
Yeah.
same thing.
No.
The
Well,
same
KTL.
thing.
KTL, he was in fact going to kill, like Trey just said. If it came down to them or him, he was going to kill them all.
100%.
I think
Her
it was a
survival
great
mode
choice.
kicked in. She
But
just was like,
yeah.
I'm finna murder.
No, we gotta
niggas.
get him the fuck out of here.
Bro, here's what I'm saying, bro. It wasn't like he was finna murder somebody that you need.
Oh, yes,
he
he
was.
was.
Finna murder the motherfucker who murdered somebody.
And then,
Like-
but KTL, in the
They
next
all
room,
murdered some people.
Yeah,
KTL.
no, Pujols, I'm talking about like in the trap, bro. Like
KTL, in the
he
next
the reason
room,
this bitch is dead, bro. Like
KTL, in the next room, he would have did the same shit if he had to.
100%. But you
So
know that
get him
now.
outta
You
here.
know that he's going to do that.
Just because I know it don't mean I can stop him. Fuck
Slim,
no.
She did the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
She
a
was
goofy
thinking
ass
that way
bitch,
too.
Boy, that bitch
But-
is so sorry.
Because no,
Okay,
I think you're wrong. You're looking at it from
and
the
I don't
wrong perspective.
understand why you
fucking
making the
blunt,
connection
boy.
you making. Like, why not kill the nigga that is most likely to kill you?
Because
Facts.
Trey, what I'm saying is that I'm going off the fact that a motherfucker was going to bat a crackhead over the head with a bat and then let him get blown up by a bomb, as opposed to I'm trying to save the life of said crackhead who has already caused the death of one person in this trap.
He
And
didn't
therefore, in
cause
my
But
mind,
he didn't. So he didn't
I'll
do
wait.
it. So the difference is he
well,
didn't.
he didn't do it on purpose.
For one,
I don't give a fuck if he did it
okay.
on
So
purpose.
let me.
You a grown
Okay. So let me
man.
say. Okay. So let me say.
Like,
For one, he didn't kill her on purpose. Yet
ooh,
you see the bald guy trying to kill someone on purpose.
yes,
It's
yes,
a completely different thing. And
yes.
so this guy that you're calling the crackhead right now,
Uh-huh.
he's harmless as fuck. He might be an idiot,
But
he's
that's the
not
only
smoking anything.
reasoning I can see, and I think that's
but
ass
other
too.
buddy is
Because
more
at that point, you're
vicious,
just looking for a
KTL.
pansy.
I would rather
Listen,
have this harmless nigga around than
but
this
that's what
nigga
I'm
who's
saying,
literally
Pujols.
trying
I
to murder
understand
niggas.
that logic, but you don't get to stand on a moral hill at that point because you're just looking for a patsy. You're a piece of shit. Like,
No,
I don't
bro.
you're
think so.
fucking garbage.
Like Trey
individual.
said,
You're like, oh,
her
I'm gonna
survival skills kicked in, bro.
You know
I have
what
a
would have
better
happened?
chance at
survival. Nothing. That bitch wasn't in any danger.
You know what
She
would
was
have
They're
happened
trying to
all
though?
save
in
somebody
danger.
else.
All this nigga would have did. I
Come
don't
on,
want to
bro.
just skip ahead, but he would have murdered somebody else in that electric trap. Then he would have
Yeah.
he would have
Hey,
sacrificed
Pujols,
the
let me
next
ask you something.
person.
Do you think he probably
Pujols.
would have murdered her?
Yes, nigga.
Well, then,
Pujols, he would have been just like Xavier, running around
Well,
the
I'm
house
very-
trying to kill niggas.
Look, at
hey,
the end of the shit, when I'm sorry to jump ahead,
Hey,
but he would have
Pujols,
just
hold
threw
on,
somebody
listen
into
to me,
that
bro.
trap
Listen, bro. Here's
to
what
get
I'm
the
saying,
10 ounces
right?
of blood. That's what
I
he
agree.
did.
Hey, Pujols, like, so you think that he probably would have killed Megan Good in the next trap?
It don't matter if it's
Well, I
Megan
think
Good or
she
the white
made a-
bitch. He
Well, I
would have
think
killed
she
one of
made a
them.
smart decision then because it's a good thing she didn't die in the next trap.
Okay, Tia. So you're skipping ahead.
Fucking wait!
No, sir. No, look. You're
God
skipping.
damn it!
You're skipping
You're
ahead.
wrong, bro.
But
You did
even
all of that.
even though he's not wrong, I mean, even if he is wrong, he's skipping ahead, and you have to
I'm not
think in.
wrong.
I'm saying you have to think in the
I'm not.
moment, bro. You don't think ahead to the next trap when she's like, maybe I shouldn't kill him because I might get killed in the next trap. No, right now, this
What are
nigga
you
is.
talking about?
You're bringing up something that hasn't happened
I'm
yet.
bringing up
When
the
she
fact
killed
that
him, that hadn't happened yet.
a motherfucker's logic was that, hey, I'm gonna get you before you get me.
Yes.
Right? And that a motherfucker
That
is
was a great
that
decision.
wasn't even his logic. His
no,
logic
No, that
was
was her
that
logic.
was her logic.
That was her logic, and that
Oh,
was a
okay.
great.
Said, I'm
That
gonna
was
get
great
you
logic.
before you get me.
and she's right.
A,
'cause
it didn't stop her from getting got. B, you're doing
Don't
this
That's
so you
matter.
because
can
she
get somebody else.
KTL,
Like,
but it's not correlated. That's not the correlation. The fact
okay,
the
well,
fact
if
that
that's not in your mind, I can't make you see it. It is what it is.
it didn't stop her from
Go
getting
ahead,
got
Trey.
because the other
Talk
bitch
about the
had
scene, bro.
the thought to get her out of there, KTL. That has nothing to do with him. He would have got both of them bitches out of there.
And she was about to murder somebody, but it's okay. Go ahead, Trey.
Bro, all I'm saying is
The
KTL.
fucking
She made
the hapless Patsy that bitch wanted to save, she saved and then immediately tried to sacrifice.
not because of him.
What you don't
Yes,
understand,
because
he's
of
one of the
him.
She
best
didn't.
people though. If
Now
you
She
go
would
didn't
have
die
ahead,
put
because
any
of
of
Trey.
him,
these other
KTL.
niggas,
Now
you
go
would have
ahead,
put
Trey.
Megan Good, the bald head dude in that final trap. Them niggas not sacrificing shit.
Go
The,
ahead, Trey.
the reckless nigga is one of the not the reckless nigga. The crackhead nigga is
You
one of
right,
the best
Pulos.
niggas to be at the end of the trap with.
You
And if
definitely
these
right
niggas would
about
have
that.
just used their mind, maybe all of them could have survived. That was the whole point of the whole
Even
shit, bro.
bigger point
There
that
you
I'm
go doing
making.
that viewer bias shit again.
Who,
It's
me?
no way.
Even
It's no way in the world you telling me you would have thought that from the beginning.
I 100% would have. I know that I
Oh
would have.
my
I know that
God.
I would have. I
If
know
I
that I
got
would
15
have.
minutes, I might have thought of something like
I
that, bro.
promise you that
You didn't
blonde bitch
have
wouldn't
15
have died
minutes
in
once he
first
did that
trap.
shit.
No,
Once
but
he
every
promise you.
other trap they used the whole 15.
I was about to say the first trap. I promise you, that blonde bitch wouldn't have died fucking with me.
I
And
don't
I'm
believe you.
1,000. I'm 1,000%
Because
positive of
how
this.
you would have stopped him from doing that?
And then you can't say he killed the blonde bitch either, because
He
everybody
didn't.
was out for their own.
They
The bald
I know.
head
100%
nigga
were Puos, but
That
he
that
immediately, like,
that's
so
my
it
whole
ain't just
point.
him.
Puos.
They all killed
The
her.
Puos. He began the trap.
So
And he
what are you talking
prolonged
about?
the
They
trap.
all
There
killed
ain't
her, bro.
nobody else. There was nobody else that began the trap and
Matter of
prolonged
fact,
the trap. They participated.
it was literally survival of the fittest. She just wasn't strong enough to overpower that nigga to get to her shit. It wasn't his
That's
fault.
cool and all, but if
That's
you
what it
you know
was.
if you look at that shit where like, all right, everybody got to go up there, bash they box, get their key. They definitely, like, she would have had enough time if this fucking idiot wouldn't have run up and tried to put his foot through the box, bro.
Hey,
What
I
are
mean,
you
I agree
doing?
with that.
get
I agree
stronger,
What are
with that
you
though.
bitch.
doing, bro?
Get
There's no
stronger.
logic. Like, but even
I don't
beyond,
even
like,
I
think
bet that shit would have killed China.
because we
I bet
have this
China wouldn't have
argument a
died
lot.
like
I don't
that.
even think strength is
No,
the
bro, we
problem there
have
though,
this
Pulos.
argument a lot. People like to say, "Oh, well, if in the heat of the moment," or well, it makes logical sense because there's not even a logical basis for this. You're not panicking or anything. You just watch three other people do this in the same manner. What difference are you trying to
I'm
do
definitely
here?
panicking.
What are you? But like, what benefit do you think you will get? Like, how? How is putting your foot in a box first going to help you grab the key faster or be more safe?
Nigga, crackhead, bro.
Thank you. Go ahead, Trey. And fuck Megan Good too. Go
Make
ahead,
good
Trey.
lit.
Yeah, she a bad bitch, dumbass.
So just to get my little 2 cents in there, I think she did the right thing. I would have probably took Buddy out too. I ain't gonna hold you. But that's all just a matter of being in the circumstances and niggas about to die every like minute. Like that's all you're thinking about is I am literally moments away from dying. So it's very difficult to say how motherfuckers would react given the circumstances. So anyway, just to kind of pick up where I left off, bald dude breaks all the glasses. They get 2 of the keys to the ladies. Third key falls in the hands of the tweaker. He steps on his hand, takes the key from him. Megan Good hits him in the back of the head. He falls over. The tweaker picks up the key. They get into the tunnel safely. And then the bald dude gets up just in time to get blown up in the room. So fast forward off of that, because that's the end of the second trap.
Hey,
Megan
Trey,
Good.
that bald dude tried to cop a plea. As soon as he said,
And they
wait,
said,
and
wait,
then
wait,
blew
wait.
up.
Yeah, no,
What?
they got blew right up. Wait
Boy
for
got
who?
turned.
That nigga tried to talk to the bomb and shit.
Yeah,
He
said, hold on.
like, who was you telling to wait, nigga? They in the cage.
What
Like,
if
where
he
they
had
going?
actually figured out? He's like, wait, I can fit in that hole, and he got smoked.
Yeah, so that's ass.
That nigga had an
right
idea before he died.
there.
Wait, they got more room in there.
Hey, that nigga should have communicated more. They probably would have liked
Hey,
him. Trying to
scoot
be
over
all
real
tough and
quick.
shit.
Bang.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? I actually so I said what I said about the first trap. I don't think it would have been anybody's first thought. KTL said it would have been his, maybe who. I don't think it would have been anybody's first thought to think, let's all use one key to unlock. But I did have the
Not
thought
that
that
slim. I'm saying that like I think that it would have been
I
my
think
thought to
Poole
like
said
not
something
let
like that.
these
Though
other
Poole was
people
talking about that.
fucking die.
But well, this is what I'm saying. I think I actually had that thought for the second trap. The thought about putting more than one person inside the chamber. I did have that thought when I seen it, but they didn't think about it. So I think that's probably something I would have thought of too, though.
All right, bet. So one of y'all want to pick it up from the end of the second track?
Go ahead, Slim. All right, man. So
Was that him or was that me?
I couldn't tell.
was it?
Was that
I
who?
don't know. Go ahead.
That's what I'm asking, Trey.
Oh, you got it, KTF.
Yeah, I'm about to say. With that being said, right, we go back to this cat and mouse game. Detective Strom and Detective Hoffman are playing. Strom has gone, he's logging onto a computer. He's, searching through all these databases trying to find some shit on Hoffman. He finds some shit where, like, Hoffman's sister died, and then shortly after, the guy found his, like, who killed her, he found himself in a saw trap. He starts putting the pieces together. He goes, like, explores the pendulum room. He, figures out some shit at the plant and shit. And he's like, okay, like we was really all supposed to die. Like you had all this shit figured out. He's finna smoke, buddy. There was a scene at one point where like he had to sneak out and shit, and his boss was finna walk in and catch him. Like that's I guess a suspense moment. I didn't really feel it, but it was meant to be suspenseful. Damn, bro, is this movie really just all Strom Hoffman, then a trap, and then more of that? Like,
Pretty much.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. They had Jill Tuck here and there.
So let's talk about the significance of the Strom Hoffman shit in the flashbacks, right? So Strom is like digging up dirt, trying to figure out is Hoffman really who he thinks he is, which he's pretty certain based on like his own conjecture and his own evidence and everything like that. So he looks up Hoffman, like KTL just said, and he doesn't really find anything. He finds an article about his sister and realizes that the guy who was just recently killed is actually a guy who killed Hoffman's sister. So he visits the site of where the guy was most recently killed in the Seth Baxter dude at the beginning of the movie. So at the very beginning of the movie, that turns out to be Seth Baxter, the guy who killed Hoffman's sister. So it flashes back to when what's his face? Hoffman actually set the trap and was actually informed about it. He shows up on the scene with his other people and he says it. He's like, I know this dude. This is the dude that killed my sister. Yeah, he got off on a technicality. That's where we get all of that backstory, right? So then
Why
it
would
flashes.
you tell somebody that? Like they would have figured it out, but like, bro, like I'm definitely gonna be suspicious. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like
the nigga that killed your sister got off on a technicality, ended up
and
in
now
a trap.
he said, oh, I guess justice was served, huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
Trey.
Now, yeah.
Around there, we get the whole Hoffman backstory, his
With
origin
Jigsaw,
with
right?
Jigsaw,
Yeah,
and
that's
all that
exactly
shit
where I'm
too.
going. Yeah. That's
Yeah, we're
exactly
gonna
where I'm
talk
going.
about this.
So now here's where we get the backstory from Hoffman and Jigsaw and how he became Jigsaw's apprentice and later essentially Jigsaw himself. But this also brings on a couple of complications for me as far as how the timeline exists in this movie. So what you see is that it flashes to another little like flashback where Hoffman is walking through a building and he gets spooked by somebody with a dog, right? And then like because he's on edge because he's feeling guilty about what he just did with the Seth shit. So he walks into an elevator. A couple people get off. Karen, like, do you mind like just pressing this
Old ass bitch
with him and shit? So then one person stays on the elevator. Turns out to be John Kramer. So Hoffman gets on the elevator and kind of gets in front of Kramer, and like they're just standing there and shit. So Hoffman, being a detective, he starts to notice little small things about John Kramer and shit. He noticed he's got on like black leather gloves and shit, and he starts to think he's suspicious. So like he starts to reach for his gun, and he says to Kramer, he's like, "Hey man, which floor you going to?" And as soon as he starts to reach for his gun, Kramer makes his move and poke him in the
Yeah,
neck.
because I think it wasn't no other button pressed in that bitch.
Yeah,
like he
so
pressed this button and Kramer
too.
ain't had no button on it.
So like, yeah, and that's just him being a detective, like just paying attention, like, you know, what the fuck is going on. So like, and then Kramer go with his move and he stab him in the neck with the sedative and shit and put him down.
Bro, Hoffman is so at that moment right there, bro. Like I was like, bro, you done had your gun out for a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? You see like what the fuck is going on, and you let this old ass cancer ridden man pin you up against the wall.
Bro, a lot
and
of
he
people
wasn't hasty with the needle or
That
nothing.
never
He was
happened to
just
me.
holding him there for a minute.
I'm just saying,
Like,
Pools, a lot of people in this universe have let that old man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
yeah,
do
but
this
Slim,
shit,
they
bro.
didn't, but because he got the drop
Yeah,
on
bro.
him. Like,
How did
He
get
got the
on
drop
him?
on this nigga too.
he didn't, Slim. If
Yes,
I
the
am
fuck
holding,
he
if I
did.
am holding a Glock and you are in an elevator with me,
Come
I
on,
know you're
bro.
about to get active with me, and
No,
I
he
have enough
don't
time
know
to
that.
ask you a question.
Yeah, but that's when he
Come on,
found
bro. I
out.
asked
But
you a question. I'm holding a gun. How do you
bro,
still get me?
you
Bro.
got to realize the
I
situation,
don't
bro.
have to do shit.
First of all, this
John-
is ass. This whole shit is ass. It's
Thank
seven niggas. It's 7 niggas on the elevator.
Facts.
Everybody get off. Okay, so this is clearly a busy elevator, right?
Facts.
Clearly, right? So either way, this
How did
nigga
he
got
get
me
in my
knocked
elevator?
out and dragged me wherever the fuck he finna drag me, and nobody else get on the elevator. That's number one. Number two, nigga, I get like you'll never be behind me nowhere, nigga. If I get on the elevator,
Well,
nigga, never
Pools.
just be behind me.
No,
What you
that's
talking about,
Hoffman's
nigga?
Who's
fault.
always gonna stand behind?
No,
folks? Like,
No, I'm
Pools.
going to the back of
But
that bitch. You ain't finna just be behind me. Like, watch
Pools,
my
I
bitch
agree
ass
with you,
on,
but
got me fucked up, bro.
I
You're not gonna stand behind me, bro. Like,
hey, I agree with you, but that's Hoffman's fault for standing in front of dude.
That's why I keep saying this shit not gonna work on a nigga like me.
bro, he held a gun.
That shit'll never work on
But
He
me.
had a gun and he knew. Man,
KTL, but he
shut up
was
talking to me, bro.
yeah,
You
this
finna
nigga's
say
crazy.
something dumb and I'm gonna get mad.
Because he didn't get on the elevator and know that the nigga on the
No, he
elevator was
didn't,
finna
Slim.
kill
During
him.
that entire
He was
time,
figuring it out.
he looked over. He said, "Oh shit, a motherfucker wearing some black gloves. Let me draw this Sig Sauer real quick." I'm standing here. I'm looking over. Hey, bro, where you going? At
Yeah,
that
but
point, while I'm holding a gun, I'm asking a question. I'm suspicious of everything. I just pulled a gun, or I pointed a gun at a dog because I thought that like it was somebody beating my sister.
the nigga
bro.
is behind
I
you,
can't.
KTL.
Slim, I can't turn or nothing. And a motherfucker, he didn't
He
stab me with that
tried to
needle quick.
turn and he stabbed the
He
fuck
held
out
me
of him.
against the wall, bro. You weak as a bitch. Like,
Or John Kramer is a strong ass nigga to be
That nigga
dragging
not
he
niggas.
got
strong.
cancer, Slim.
I'ma keep it a buck. This nigga drag niggas everywhere
He
and
doesn't.
pick them up and put
He
them on
doesn't.
traps.
Seen
Like
that
he's
nigga get on his ass though. I'm not trying to
He
hear that.
okay.
doesn't.
I did too.
Not
However,
not a single time have I
we're
seen that.
yes, because they're always in the trap by the time we
No,
see
I'm
these
saying
niggas.
any trap that was set up, he had an accomplice for. He had Amanda or he had
Bro,
Hoffman.
he was setting up traps before them niggas, bro. He didn't just start setting
I'm
up traps
sorry,
when he
you're
met
right,
these
Slim.
niggas.
You're right, Slim. He got
Come on, you
active
talking
with,
like this nigga ain't
he
nobody,
got
bro.
active with Cecil, so he finna beat Hoffman ass, right?
So I have a
Cecil,
question.
Slim.
Speaking of that,
You're
right?
how you sound.
This is crazy how you diminishing like John
Cecil,
Kramer right
Slim?
now. My nigga, no, it's crazy how y'all diminishing, bro. Like he wasn't Jigsaw in the first movie.
Come on, bro.
Wait, okay, so I have a question right about the
Go ahead,
timeline.
bro. Please.
So in the flashback,
Yes.
John Kramer has
He still
Hoffman
had
tied
cancer.
up with the shotgun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he says like imitation is a form of flattery, but he's criticizing his work essentially.
Nah, he
right?
said it's not to him.
Afterwards, he said, "I don't like that
right.
shit.
But I'm
I
saying
don't
like,
that
but I'm
rhetoric."
saying I'm using that reference to say that he
Oh.
knows about the Seth Baxter case and that it was like supposed to look like a salt trap, right?
Facts.
Okay.
I think
So
he had the headline on the paper and shit.
Right, yeah, I'm saying. So all I'm saying is that like the inference can be made that the saw trap happened before the Seth Baxter case, and the Seth Baxter case was made to look like a saw trap, right?
Correct.
Yes.
However, they also flashed to Saw 1, where Hoffman helps kidnap the first victim in Saw 1, right?
Well,
I don't think that was the first victim because Cecil was before all of that. I think Cecil was remember Cecil from the last
you know
movie?
what he's saying, Slim.
No, I see what he's saying, but
he's the first victim. He's saying that this movie is out of order.
No,
in
I
that
think
capacity.
no. What happens is it was Saw 2, not Saw 1. Saw
But
1.
I thought that it was Hoffman and Amanda as well, but it could have been John and Amanda. To be fair.
Okay,
I mean, not Puel.
Say what you're saying about Cecil real quick, and then I'll get back to it. So you were saying Cecil was the first victim technically in Saw 2 or whatever.
No, yeah, Cecil was the first victim that he ever did.
Right.
That's the guy that killed his baby.
Mhm.
Saw 1, he had Amanda helping him. It was Saw 2 where what's his name? Uh 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 Hoffman. It was Saw 2 where Hoffman was doing the shit, and he was basically like incognito, like
Right.
anonymous
But
type shit.
okay, that's true, right? So they flashed to like him getting the files on everybody and everything like that. So he was
Right.
pretty much the main
That
assistant
was
in
for
Saw
Saw
2.
2. Yeah,
But
yeah.
the dude that had to run through the wire trap and shit, that was him and Hoffman that jumped him when he got out the car.
Who
So
ran through the
Hoffman had
wire
been
It
trap?
might
helping
have
since
been
Saw 1.
Amanda and Kramer though.
No, they
You
took the mask
No, they
off.
took the mask off.
Did they
Yeah,
take the mask off?
yeah. So like, okay. So Buddy was in the car. They got him out the car and they jumped him and they double teamed him, paused if necessary. And then
hmm
like they took the mask off, and then that was the nigga who was in the first trap and Saw
Hey,
1 in the razor
all
wire
right.
shit.
So fun
So
fact, real quick, Slim. I said earlier that like when I said in the last movie that dude with his eyes sewn shut, I said he was a character in Saw 1. This was
Right.
the guy that I was referring to. This guy that they show where like he's drinking in a car and shit, and he's a
The
yeah,
fat guy
fat
and
guy.
all of that shit.
yeah.
But
Right.
it's apparently I read about it again because I had to go make sure. It's actually not the same guy, but people got confused and thought it was the same guy, like the same actor, because a motherfucker had shaved his head and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Trey, the problem with these movies is all of them are out of order.
Right.
So we see Saw 1, but by the time we see Saw 1, Saw 2 had already happened. Amanda is already working with them before Saw 1.
That's what
And
I'm
so,
saying. So
but
I'm not
also
saying like
Hoffman, there's a point
He's
where
saying
Hoffman is
regardless of the
right.
right. So
time,
regardless
like
of
the
what
timeline,
chronological order I'm watching the movies in, or like how it turns out that Saw 3
we
and
know
Saw
the
4 are
timeline.
technically happening at the same time, right? So like
Yeah.
we learned that Saw 3 and Saw 4, the events are happening simultaneously. So when John dies, all of that shit was already in play, which is why Strom walks in and shoots oh boy anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all happening at the same time.
Also,
But what
1
I'm
and
saying is
2,
like
like
he
1
jumps
and 2
off.
happen right after each other.
Right, so he jumps Hoffman in the elevator and then brings him in the room, ties him up shotgun and shit, and talks about the
Right.
Seth Baxter case, which would mean he hasn't started working for him yet, right?
Right.
So that would mean the Seth Baxter shit happened before anything in Saw 1 happened.
Yeah,
So
but
how did he make it look like a Saw trap if he
because
hasn't started them bitches yet?
he has started them. So, like I said, Cecil was the very first person that he ever put into
Well,
a
yeah.
trap
To
to
be
kill.
fair,
Right, but
Trey, the
Hoffman didn't
Jigsaw
work that
killer
case, so he didn't
existed
have all the details to
But
make it look like a Saw trap yet.
so what I'm saying, Trey, is that since Cecil is the first, from my understanding, I don't know for sure, but there are others that come in between, like that we don't know, but there are others that come between Cecil and by the time we see
well,
Dr.
the
Gordon and
Jigsaw
all of that.
killer already existed, Trey. Like, remember, like they wake up and like a motherfucker says, "Yeah, like it's a Jigsaw killer." Like when he wake up chained
But I
in the
think
bathroom.
that's what I'm talking about. I think Cecil was the very first kill, and then that's when he got into the killing. And there's just like a missing piece
So
in
okay, I guess
between
that's what I'm
Cecil
saying,
and
right? I think the fact that we don't get to see whatever kills happen in between Cecil and the fat dude kind of
Mhm.
throws the timeline off for me, because it's making the assumption that Hoffman starts working for him after the Seth Baxter shit, because that's when Kramer jumps him and says like, "Hey, you imitate me, but you're not doing it right. I give people a chance to live. You just killing niggas with traps and shit." So he's like,
Nah, I think the timeline is kind of confusing because there are a lot of them working at the same time. Like at the same time, Amanda is in the trap on Saw 2. Like Hoffman is already working there, but
right.
also Amanda was working before Saw 1 because she put Adam and Gordon in the. So it's like a lot of shit that's like
Yeah,
kind
so
of
like
out of order. It's
that
like
shit
some
just
missing shit. Like
it's like it's holes in it for me personally. But all I
yeah,
was saying
so
is because like
before
when
Saw
he
1
It's
happens,
old
the
in
nigga
the
has already
spot.
been on the killing spree before Saw 1 happens.
yes, I
We
think
just don't.
that's the ugly part. It's like, okay, well he knows enough about Saw to make his killing look like a Saw trap, but like he's already working for Jigsaw when Saw 1 happened. So it's like that
Mhm.
just threw me off. But anyway, so
There is a movie before Saw 1. KTL, you know it. Well, I haven't seen it, but there is a movie that comes before Saw 1. It was
that might
like
be
a short film that
pretty
they
decent
made to
explain.
like it was a short film they made to like I guess
Mm-hmm.
pitch the movie or whatever.
Pretty dope.
KTL calls it like Saw .5. I think it got a different name, but yeah,
Okay.
it's just like a bunch of missing shit like there, and then they start trying to put these timelines together like a working story type shit. So
bad. But just to kind of jump back into it, right? So I think we left off. Kramer jumps Hoffman in the elevator, knocks him out. They wake up, or he wakes up, flashed into like a little warehouse room where Kramer has him tied to a chair and a shotgun on a hair trigger tied to his restraint. So if he tries to release himself, it'll pull the trigger on the shotgun that's pointed at his chin, blow his fucking head off, right? So John Kramer is just pretty much pressing the issue with him, just saying like, hey, you trying to imitate me, you're not even doing it right, and like kind of picking apart his trap and shit, saying like, I don't kill people, I give people a choice, and if they do what they're supposed to do, they'll survive. You didn't do that, so imitating me is in bad taste. I don't like taking credit for kills. I don't kill people type shit. But I give
He
people
told that
chances
boy,
and shit.
killing is distasteful.
Facts, which is crazy for you to be who you are. But anyway, so like he tells him the same thing, like, I'm gonna give you a chance, and then he walks over to him and like kind of talking to him. So he puts his finger on the trigger, like, do you want a chance or what? And like he like, man, what do you want from me? He's like, I'm trying to know if you in this for the long run type shit. So then he pulls the trigger on the shotgun, jump scared, it's not loaded, right? And he's like, I'm gonna give you a chance, and essentially hires him to be like his assistant in setting up what we now know will be Saw 1, right? So he goes on to set up Saw 1 and Saw
2, I think.
Well, he sets up a little bit. Well, he's an accomplice in Saw 1, but he almost exclusively sets up Saw 2. We see him picking out the files, dragging in bodies to certain rooms, attaching them to certain traps and shit like that. So he is like the main muscle in setting up the traps.
Hey Trey,
for
I
Saw
will
2.
say,
Yeah.
I might have missed it, but I didn't see where he was at in Saw 1. Like he probably was there, of course, but I know I saw
just
Saw
that
2
one
and
scene
Saw
I'm talking
3.
about, right? So Saw 1, the fat dude was in the car and he had to get through the razor
Oh,
wire.
okay.
And they jumped him and they took off the mask, and it was John Kramer and Hoffman. So it's like it's literally they are working together at Saw 1.
And I see what you're saying. And like I was saying with that is that, so I think that's probably because you remember Saw 1, they had the flashback of Amanda in the trap or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that it's a flashback and shit because we see her in the trap. We see Dr. Gordon talking to her, this and that. However, the bitch is already working for this nigga by the time this movie is happening.
Right.
So it was like a lot of shit out of order from the very first movie that we don't find out till later. It's like we find out after we watch it that the next shit came before this shit.
Yeah, which is also like
that.
when did the Seth Baxter shit even happen, right? Because it's like that shit had to be a long that was before any of the Saws. So it's like that shit in itself is crazy that he did that shit before any of those Saw movies.
So I will say I think that whole thing with him and Jill and the baby, that's probably way back in time. That's because that's before the accident. Like they're together at this time. They're not even together, they're divorced. And so that's probably the earliest point that we see in this entire franchise. Whenever she was working at the drug clinic and she's pregnant and everything, that's probably the earliest point that we see in this franchise.
That makes sense. So piggybacking off of that, right? So essentially he hires him, right? So it jumps back into Strom, who is peeking in on the room where Seth Baxter's trap was, and he kind of pieces it together right there, and he says to himself, he's like, you made it look like a jigsaw trap. I got you. Like he's like, I figured it out. Like
he said, I got you.
Yeah, so it's like Strom literally has put the pieces together like perfectly, essentially. Like he's not questioning it no more. He's following the right leads. He's figuring out the right shit. So now for the rest of the movie, Strom is essentially just trying to find Hoffman. Like he's following him, trying to like jump him and shit, like really get the drop on him. And Hoffman is all the while setting it up to look like Strom is the jigsaw killer, right? So he's planting his cell phone in certain places for his boss Erickson to find it. He left a hot cup of coffee there to make it look like Strom was recently here type shit. He's doing all kind of shit just to really paint the picture. So he actually calls Erickson from Strom's phone type shit. And it was like...
that part kind of confused me a little bit, but I got it.
Yeah, it's literally just to kind of set it up so that they'll come find it type shit. So it's like...
I think I was just looking at it the wrong way because I thought it said his name on the phone, like he was calling Strom, and then when the Erickson picked up the phone, it said Strom, so I was like, I was kind of confused, but I say he got his phone from like the evidence bag and shit.
He took it. Yeah, so he was on bullshit the whole way, and like really clever though, like really trying to set it up shit. Like, and I jumped ahead to Saw 6. I think Saw 6 will really bring some of this shit to. I'm not gonna say it, but obviously. I think Saw 6 does a really good job of bringing a lot of his thought processes in Saw 5 to life. I thought that was really clean. But just
hey, Trey,
Hoffman is super clever. Go ahead.
I do want to say this to Puo's credit, man. That scene that you mentioned about the fat nigga, and they had Jigsaw, they had John and Hoffman out there trying to get like if
He
it
was on
was only
their ass.
one of them
Oh
niggas,
yeah,
they
he
would have
was.
got their ass beat.
And look, bro, that's what I've been saying for the last 5 fucking.
But I don't think you that fat nigga, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
that
that
No,
nigga
fat
nigga.
guy
brolic as
wanted.
hell.
I'm
Fuck
not
that
gonna lie to
mean.
you, Slim, because
I just
I
think
don't
he
agree with
probably a
what you're
strong ass
saying.
fat nigga.
I don't agree with what you're
I mean, what
saying.
up,
But
KTL?
if we're gonna give credit, right, then that doesn't work in this capacity. Like I don't agree with it. But that fat guy wanted to kill himself, bro. He
That has
like
nothing
didn't
to
have
do with
much to
that.
fight for or to live for. Pujols would beat the shit out these folks, bro.
That
I
that
can't
has
lie
nothing to
to
do
you.
with anything, bro.
It does, bro. Like you're not
He
fighting for
wanted
nothing.
no, he wanted to kill himself.
Man,
However,
let that shit
he's
happen to you then.
this is what I'm saying, bro. He was still
You
able
want
to
to die, stand there. What you said a few movies ago?
KTL, he was able to overpower both of these niggas at the same time. Which means if it was only one
Yeah,
of them, like
1v1, one of them niggas getting beat to death.
every other listen, Trey, this is the only person I've seen have two pig mask killers like trying to subdue him at this. Like every
They
other
had to do that, bro.
yeah, exactly.
I done seen Mr. Piggy get on niggas' ass. And like
Mr. Piggy done got on niggas' ass
And
solo.
I've been asking like, how though? How is this happening? These niggas is weak as a bitch.
Hey,
Well,
Pujols,
it's really sneak attacks a lot of times.
What Slim said a couple movies ago on Saw One, Pujols? He said,
What I say?
shit, if you really want to die, I got a way you can die. Just stand there. Quit doing
I
all
said
this
that?
shit. Just stand there. Like
I said that? I don't remember.
yeah, you
Probably
was talking about
did.
John Kramer.
I don't
Shout out
remember.
Big Fat Son.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
KTL,
was-
like if they had one pig like they usually do, he would have beat the shit out of whoever it was. It could have been either one of them.
Yeah, he was on his ass. So
He was on both
pulled up,
their ass, nigga.
yeah, whoever pulled up and saved the day really did, because that would have been the end of the movie.
Whoever would have been the unlucky pig, nigga, bro. Like he would. If it don't let it would have been Amanda. She would have got her
think
ass.
about it, bro.
cooked.
That was like one of the first niggas they was going after. So he really they were almost failed immediately. Like, buddy would have
Hey, look though, and after that,
that's why everything was so successful. After that, they started going in with the sedative, nigga. Like they tried to just get on his ass. He wasn't for it, nigga. They started poking niggas up after that.
Hey, look, that's like one of the first ones. That nigga Kramer was like, nigga, I'm not going out there with you niggas no more.
Oh yeah, he stopped going, nigga.
Hey, bro, I got cancer, bro. What the fuck?
Hey, that brolic ass nigga got on Kramer ass. Like, nah, that's y'all now.
John said, I thought I told y'all, bro. I had to pull a rebar out my spleen. I'm not finna keep
That nigga
playing
said,
this shit with y'all.
I'm the brains, nigga. Y'all go.
Hey, bro,
that nigga said I'm too old for this shit, nigga.
Bro, I almost got killed by a steel beam and a fat man.
That
bro.
nigga
I'm
got
not
on
finna
his
keep
ass.
gambling.
Nigga said, yeah, y'all got that.
Trey, that nigga went and recruited a bitch after that. You ain't got a bitch to
keep doing this shit again.
He said some people
in
are
the
so
salt trap.
ungrateful to be alive, but not me. I'm staying here.
That shit is hilarious, bro. So flashback, right? So all of that shit happens. So we flash back to trap number 3. We still got 3 remaining survivors and shit. They go into a room that's got a bathtub and like some electrical currents and shit. So the tape plays and it says that all of y'all have to, or that not even all of y'all, that like there has to be a certain amount of shock provided to open the door and shit. And you got to get in this tub and allow
it was
to
like
happen.
connect.
Yeah, you got to
connect them or some shit, huh?
Yeah, so it's like the charges all have to go at once type shit. So they elect, or Megan Good's character elects to put the Dauphine nigga in the tub and connect all of them to him, which would surely kill him with the electricity type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So she like, you know, pretty much he like, man, I ain't going for that. Like, I ain't trying to do that shit because he a hoe, right? We understand he's a bitch, so he ain't really like too tough on standing up for himself. But anyway, so she like pushed him in the tub and shit, and like started to go for the wires and shit. The other bitch, the little lawyer or real estate, whatever the fuck she wasn't going for that shit. She poked up Megan Good real quick, stab in the neck, and got her up out of there.
She literally just walked up, bink, it's over with. Rest in
put
peace,
one in my
bitch.
neck, stab. Megan Good is out of there. Dead bodies conduct electricity real well. So they threw Megan Good in the tub, touched her up real quick, arm, leg, head, put that bitch on her, shock syndrome, tore her ass up, open the door, it's lit. So that trap was pretty self-explanatory, but it just kind of ended quick because they just decided to kill her and attach her to the trap. So it really wasn't a whole lot of thinking and shit to go on with that, but it does open the door and they go to the next room.
Sure
Flash.
glad you got rid of the other guy.
Hey Trey.
Yeah.
Something I think was pretty clean. I ain't gonna lie, like the flashback about the Dr. Gordon thing, where we see he kind of telling bro about just another detective, we know Danny Glover, and the whole thing where they set him up. I think that's something that I think is pretty clean. How like we saw this shit happen in like Saw 1, and now
Mhm.
they're kind of like explaining like how the shit happened. Like they're bringing back everything. I do
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I
Like
I think Saw in total is doing a good job of that. Just kind of really painting the picture and like making sure you get all the connecting holes, pause if necessary, even if
yeah,
they
because
got to
I think
tell you
they
it's a
making
different
up shit
movie.
as they go, man. Like
Yeah, it's
in
like
Saw 1, I don't think that was the plan. Like they're making this shit up as they go, and I think it's pretty clean.
and another thing that might lend itself to your suggestion is the rate these were coming out. Like these dropped every
Like
year
every other
for
year, every
7
year.
years. Yeah, like literally every year. So it's like oh
The
04,
first
oh
one was oh
05, oh
yeah,
06, oh
yeah.
07, oh 08. Like literally the Saw movies came out the very next year. So that there is not a year skipped from Saw 1 to Saw 7.
And also
So
like I think Saw 4 started like the ones with the new like the guy that played Adam was like a creator and writing them until then. And
yeah.
so this is like an entirely different group of like writers that's kind of continuing the story, and they're the ones that's going back and adding shit to what we
Which
saw in the first.
has to be challenging. I think they
It
switched
got to be
directors in
it got to
Saw
be
5
tough.
too. Because think about it, like you don't have whatever or I mean, even if they left you with the scripts or whatever, but like you don't really have like the original vision, right? So it's like
Yeah, I don't know
whatever
what you
was
was thinking when you put this together.
yeah, so it's like I thought they did a great job of making those connections and shit. But ultimately, I think Saw, like I was saying before, I think Saw does a good job of that in its entirety. It's just like showing us like connected pieces and like this motherfucker was from here, this motherfucker was from here, and then if you connect this dot with that dot, you'll get this dot, and it's just like, oh, that's crazy. So
Hmm.
ultimately, I think I agree that going back to the Dr. Gordon shit and kind of just showing and like how everything got set in motion is pretty clean. But that also takes us to Agent Strom again. He trying to get the drop on Hoffman and followed him into. Hold on, they trying to hold me. I'm trying to make sure I ain't getting
KTL was
hold.
right about how this shit just go back and forth, bro. Pause.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think
so.
that's a pause.
Oh, it's the pause. All right, it
I
definitely is.
guess if you say so.
But
You know better
so
than me.
yeah, essentially
I
that, right?
never tell you that.
Niggas
You
tripping.
know better than me.
Trey know better than all of us.
How you figure?
Shit, I know him.
Heard about your trap.
It was all bitches.
That's what they was doing to you.
It don't matter. It was all bitches.
Hey, when I said
I
it,
don't agree with you. I don't agree with that.
I
Like
said
I'm not the like supporter of that. Like I don't. KTL agrees with that. I don't. But we don't got to
Agree with
talk about
what?
that on here,
so.
man.
All I'm saying, bro,
That you can
is
let
like
wild shit
this.
happen
This
to you as
shit
long
is
as
a
the bitch
this a
do it.
lazy
Yeah, I
ass
don't agree with
fucking
that.
I
movie,
don't agree
bro.
with certain shit. I think
It's
it's
certain
like
things that shouldn't happen.
yeah,
It's a
certain things that
lazy
shouldn't happen.
ass
But
movie,
if
bro.
my trap just all bitches, then
That's
I'll
all
take
I'm
that L
saying.
versus how I've seen some other niggas go out. I've seen some other niggas go out a lot worse. I had 4 bitches in there and I
I'm gonna be
raped one.
honest, straight. Like you probably won't even die for real. Like
Yeah,
He gonna hit.
if I die from that, that's crazy. Them bitches going crazy.
You got to hit him with the special, Trey.
Yeah. If they do
special
that
is
shit till they
sick.
kill me, bro, them bitches is acting a fool. I ain't gonna hold you.
But
That
what
shit.
if they put you in the other trap where you can't see or you
Yeah.
can't
We
talk?
finna start
Well, you
jerking.
know what I'm gonna do.
Oh
We,
man.
we've already established how I feel about that trap.
Yeah,
It's up.
Slim, you just retreading old ground here, bro.
But nah, man,
He
getting back to it.
consistent, can't tell. He consistent.
Hell yeah. One thing about him,
So yeah, Strom
there ain't
trying to
many.
get the drop on Hoffman. He followed him to a room and shit. So he follows him into another room that has a tape player. So it's that classic jigsaw trap. It's a room with a glass box in the center of the room, and it's a tape player dangling above it. So the tape player plays, and you can clearly hear the difference in voices. This is Strom. I mean, this is Hoffman's voice on the tape recorder, and it's telling
Hmm.
Strom that look, the only way to survive is to get inside this box. There will be some pain, but the only way you will survive this room is to get inside this box. It's very ambiguous, and it just stops. Like that's the message that gets across. Now,
Fucking stop, dude.
obviously, the last time you heard a trap that told you don't do some shit and you did it, you ended up with your head in the box. So for me personally, I don't know. Next time I hear a Jigsaw trap, I probably will. But he also probably has PTSD from boxes now. So he's like, last time I got in the box, I stabbed myself in the neck. So like, I'm not getting no more motherfucking boxes.
But
That Jigsaw
also,
set up.
like, but Trey, none of these niggas, like, well, it's really the police niggas. These niggas are not like willing to do none of this shit. Like, they're
Yeah,
not
these
playing
niggas
no
think they too
games.
clean for this shit, and they keep
Yeah,
getting
they're not.
bodied.
They're not accepting these games. They trying to get around.
You're
this
not
shit.
gonna get away with this, you piece of shit. Like,
Yeah,
I guess, bro.
they not catching this nigga.
He
So
did get away with it, bro. He got
Hey,
away with it
every
every
police
time.
officer except Rig. Rig didn't really have no. He ain't had no test.
That nigga ass.
Not no trap.
Oh,
But
he's
every
man.
other police officer, like, they had these games they were supposed to play. They wasn't trying to play no games.
niggas was fucking with Big Jig, bro.
Man, that shit.
All of them died so
And
far.
yes, I about to
Hey,
say, and where
the
they
niggas
at
got
now,
put,
bro?
niggas got
All
put
of
down,
them.
boy.
Every nigga that went after this nigga, boy, they
They
died.
got laid down, bro. He's got a 100%
That
success
nigga
rate,
Jig
bro.
ain't playing
What are
with you
you
niggas. Do what
What
I
are you
say,
doing
bitch ass
different, bro?
nigga.
Let me
I'm gonna
ask
keep
you
it a
something,
buck.
Jig.
It ain't a nigga alive that went after this nigga, bro.
Hey,
It's
Hey,
not
Peter
this.
Strom, let me ask you
hey,
something,
niggas
bro.
clean up y'all and y'all family. Do what the fuck I say, bitch ass nigga.
Hey, Peter Strom, you done watched 4 folks get smoked before you. What are you doing different
Hey,
except putting a hole in
that
your
nigga
own neck,
body count in the
bitch?
50s and include women
What?
and men. Nigga, stop trying
Hey,
to play
Trey,
with me,
I
bro.
don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, Trey. I don't think I've ever seen a human being in life bat 1,000, and right now I'm
Hey,
seeing it,
That
no,
nigga
bro. I'm
trying to
leaving
claim
Jigsaw's
that
it.
1,000.
shit alone.
Yeah, that boy
But
That shit
hey,
is
50 for
meant to
50. I
be.
said get in the box, bitch ass nigga.
That nigga
but
doing
look
that
though,
shit
y'all.
after death. That
Pujols
nigga
Pujols might
crazy.
not listen. So Pujols, you might not like this
Oh,
opinion.
Pujols would have got, man. He would have got
Nah, hold
cooked.
on, KTL.
That's
So
cap.
Pujols, you might not
Ain't getting
like
in
this
no bitch
opinion.
ass box, bro. What the fuck I look like? He going,
Shit,
man,
sure I
bro.
wouldn't get in that
That's
box.
cap. Nigga, I wouldn't even been there. After I
Man,
won
I
my
ain't
first
going in
one,
this
I ain't
fucking
fucking.
box, bro.
Hey, look, bro. After I stuck a fucking pin in my neck, I'm not chasing shit else. I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna just catch that nigga at his crib and
Hey,
shoot
I'm
him.
not gonna lie,
I'm not
bro.
trying to figure
Jigsaw
shit
been
out. I know
telling
what
me.
it is. I'm just gonna shoot that nigga at his
I
house
know
or
what it
something.
is already.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
not
me as
following that
the
nigga into no more buildings. The last
bro,
4
me
buildings
as the
this nigga
viewer,
was in
bro.
had traps in them.
I've been hearing Jigsaw tell folks that they so ungrateful to be alive, and I'm really starting to see what he say, bro. Like you survived a trap with no way out, bro, and you still want to press the issue? Like you that mad?
Hey,
Oh,
look.
okay.
The
Let me
last
say this.
17 police officers in this building got pulled out of this bitch on stretchers, me included. I'm not going to no more motherfucking building.
Bro,
Me
Buddy walked
included.
up. Trey, let me tell you something. Buddy walked up on me while I'm sitting by my dead partner bed. She got some blood all on it. Like I still see her blood on the sheets. And he said, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, leave this shit alone before something bad happened to you." Yes, yes, I
I ain't,
will.
I ain't gonna
I'm
call you. After
going
I figured
home.
out he killed that Seth Baxter nigga, it's up for him. I'm putting the
Come
bitch
on,
right to
bro.
him as soon as
Like,
he gets to the crib. I'm not following that nigga no more buildings. I'm outside his
Hell
bro,
building. No.
nah. Not following that nigga no
No,
more.
come
I ain't
on,
going
bro.
no more buildings he going in. Every building he go in got a trap in that bitch that do that to niggas. I ain't going in
Like,
no more buildings.
boy, I didn't, man. I'm
I'm
talking
outside buddy
Rick
crib,
Tap
4-5 on
Matthews.
me. It's up for you, buddy. Hold
Rick
that.
Tap Matthews. Hell, I caught a body, bro. You made me body folks. Like, come on, bro.
His bitch ass just want the glory though. He just want to be able to. I got you. That was his whole shit. I got
Hell
you.
yeah,
I
bro.
Yeah.
got
He
you.
whack as
His
a hoe.
bitch ass.
Like,
So let's talk about it, man. So he in the
Now that
room.
nigga Slim had to say. He was trying to say
Oh
something.
yeah, go
hold
ahead. Son.
on, Trey. We got to talk about the final trap.
I know I'm getting to it. It's all at the
Oh,
same
okay.
time.
What you was gonna say, Slim? That niggas wouldn't agree with.
Well, that you wouldn't agree with, really.
If he don't pull his ass.
Yeah, I don't know if
Shit.
I mean y'all might not either, but I kind of give some of these people like a little bit of like leeway because like you know how you mentioned like somebody just said it like you seen like a bunch of niggas died this before that. So I kind of give a little bit of leeway to some of these niggas because you know a lot of this shit is happening at the same time. So it's like they probably don't even know like the fact that this whole Jeff shit and the fucking what Saw 2, 3, 4, 5 like they all happening like at the same time. The Matthew shit was like 6 months, but everything else is like happening simultaneously. So I might give them a little bit of leeway, bro. They might not know for real. Like these niggas don't know like how this nigga really bodying niggas is
Definitely
for real.
don't agree
Man,
with that.
you know enough.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
might not know he got 30 bodies, but you know about 6 of them.
You
I'm
know at
about to
least
say
10.
at a
Shit.
certain
Yeah, you
point,
know
I'm
enough
just
to know
leaving
I'm
it
not
alone,
following no
bro.
more.
I think he know the ones that like so clearly like you didn't seen like a lot of these niggas get smoked and they got all the police officers on the wall and shit. But I don't think these niggas really know the extent.
All right,
So
so
they
check
kind
it
of
out,
just
right?
going into the shit like
So
yeah.
let's play your role. Like let's say you're what you're saying is true. He only knows what he know, right? So you know
Right.
for a fact he walked out of that building not hurt. You know for a fact your partner got a fucking face blew off. You know for a fact you got your head boxed in a water tank and had to poke yourself in the neck. Those things you can verify. That's
But that's his
enough because you now
motivation.
know for a fact he had this nigga strapped down
Motivation,
to a
Yeah,
table and
that's
had a
his
pendulum.
motivation.
boy.
Listen, he had Buddy strapped to a table and a pendulum sliced him in half. That's enough. I'm not following you in no more buildings.
Yeah, that's enough.
Bro, all I'm
Clearly.
saying, bro, is beyond that. Things that are verifiable is that Detective Tapp was on this case. I know what happened to him.
Oh, he's ass
Detective
though. He
Matthews,
could have ended this shit. He's
Detective,
ass.
no, hold on, Slim. Detective Tapp was on this case. I know what happened to him. Detective
Ass.
Matthews was on this case. I don't know what
Not
happened to him,
ass.
but I know he over with. Officer Rigg went after that shit. He over with. I
But
know something
You
happened.
know what happened to
but
him, KTL? You was in that same building, and you and
Yeah, but I don't
Hoffman
know
the
if he
only one that
knows.
walked
Well, yeah, I
out.
guess they told him. Okay.
You know how many dead bodies was in there when you and Hoffman walked out? Well, when Hoffman walked out and you walked,
yeah, and that's what I
And
was
you
gonna
got
say,
carried
Pulse.
out.
Like that Matthew shit with him and Rig and all that, all them niggas
Cut it
died.
out.
That shit happened the same time that he was like. This is all the same time period.
Man, I don't give a fuck, bro. I
Right, so
survived, and there
if
was
we can
3 other
only go
police
by the
niggas in there.
kills, he can definitely verify. You can verify Taft.
Hell
You can
yeah, you know they
verify
gonna do what the fuck
Perez.
they
You
want.
can
Luca, man,
verify
what the
Jeff.
fuck?
You can verify yourself. That's enough. And you can verify Seth. You found
But
that
Trey,
nigga's home.
I feel
That's like
like
5 different verifiable killings. Nigga, get me out of here.
but look though,
Let
so
me.
I feel like that was his motivation because like he already onto this nigga. He think it's this nigga, and his partner told him like his name or whatever before she died. I think that so where KTL said he would be like, I ain't fucking with you no more. I think that was that nigga motivation to be like, now I'm on your ass. I just think it's
Hey,
a
Here's
different.
what
He had a
I'm
I see
different.
what you're
saying,
saying,
bro.
but I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I find out a nigga cut a nigga's stomach open with a pendulum in a
Trey,
warehouse
to
building,
be
I'm not
fair,
following him in
Trey,
the warehouse buildings. I'm not
Here's all
Trey,
I'm
motivated
saying,
to
to
bro.
be
chase no nigga in the
fair,
warehouse.
he had an opportunity to win. Like not gonna, like
Cool.
he had an opportunity to win.
Yeah, you had to just go home. That's how you win. Go home.
That's how all these police niggas could win.
Right,
Here's
and
all.
that's what I'm
Let me
I
saying.
don't
He
think
had an
that's
opportunity to win by
Slim,
not going further. Right,
let me explain this in the
and he had
no.
simplest
another
terms.
Once he was in
opportunity
there,
once he
yeah.
got to the hospital to stop following that
Yes.
nigga. It's
Yes.
his fucking fault. It's the same tape.
Yes.
He could have took the advice
It's
from
the
the first
same
tape
tape. He
again.
told him to fuck off.
He wanted to
keep
body
following
this
that.
nigga, bro.
Here's
He's
what I'm
literally
saying,
only
bro.
dead because he followed that nigga again.
Let me explain this.
Well,
in the
he wouldn't
simplest...
be dead if he would have gotten that box.
Bro, here hold on. Let me explain this in the simplest terms possible, right? Detective Strom, throughout the course of his, or Agent Strom, I'm sorry, throughout the course of his time, he saw a lot of shit happen to a lot of folks. And in his mind, he decided to explore the outer limits of the fuck around and find out graph.
Yes.
And he subsequently fucked around and then also found out.
Yeah,
and that is the simplest explanation of everything that happened here.
Yeah, but
we have talked 5 movies about how most of this shit was preventable to folks. This was the simplest, and like we talked about how Rigg could have just stayed home, bro. Strom could have did the same shit, bro. Just go home. Like
so,
what?
I mean, I hear what you're
Jigsaw
saying.
Killer's dead, bro. What do you want? Like
he knows the
you
Jigsaw
watching him
Killer
get
ain't
his
dead.
neck cut open. Why do you care if there's
That nigga
another
just
one?
hate
He
Hoffman
know
that much.
the nigga killed his
Bro,
partner, bro.
Hey, Puos, to
I
use
don't
one
know.
of your terms, Puos, that
He killed his
he
partner,
might be
bro. Like
sucking, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Nah.
He might
he
be
was sucking that nigga
sucking,
dick
bro.
for 2
Like,
movies.
Bro, so let me ask
Like-
y'all saying this shit was so. Despite how you feel about it, y'all saying this shit wasn't personal to him.
Man, bro,
It was
I
clear.
stabbed
No,
myself
that's
like
not what I.
again,
That's
bro.
not what I
something
asked,
be?
Puos.
Slim,
That's not what I
by
asked.
definition, personal means something to me. How much more personal can something get than my physical safety is at risk?
But you're like what I'm saying is catching this nigga was not personal to him. Yes or no? That's what I'm asking.
All right,
Here's
can
what
I
I'm
ask you a
telling
question?
you,
then?
I'm
Slim,
not
is that you
saying
gotta,
whether or not
yes,
y'all
it can be
agree with it,
personal,
bro.
But you have to you either way, either you accomplish your goal or you get bodied.
KTL, you
me ask you
talking
a question,
around
Slim.
what I'm saying, bro.
I disagree
And
with you,
Pools,
but what
you
I'm
didn't
telling
even
you is
answer
that
it.
that doesn't matter.
I'm about
Listen.
to. It's gonna correlate when I ask you.
Listen. Last time, bro.
No
Despite
consequences.
this, KTL, despite how you feel about it or what
Consequences.
came from it or where it led or anything, I'm saying, are you saying that this is not like? Do you acknowledge that this whole thing is
Yes,
personal
bro.
to him?
100%, yes.
So what?
Now,
Okay,
what
it's
I'm
personal
saying,
to him. My
yeah,
partner
now what?
died. You almost killed me. I was
Yep.
supposed to be dead. Why can't I seek vengeance? I'm not saying it's right
You
or wrong, but why
can in a
can't I
different
seek
way
vengeance?
though.
Go ahead, Pools.
What's the different
I want
way?
to make
Post
an
Yeah,
up my
analogy.
yeah,
fat
go
up
ahead.
crib with the 4-5 and let that nigga hear it.
Bro, you
Yeah.
can
talking
actually
about?
you can actually do actual police work because you got the evidence for everything. Well, how the fuck you gotta go chase this nigga down in a warehouse?
This nigga, what you wanted him to
That
do?
nigga work where you work. Get his address and go do that to him, bro. Like stop trying to be creative. He's the clever one, nigga. He put your head
Hey,
in the box.
Slim.
He was just
Like-
trying to track this nigga
Like
down,
that nigga
Trey,
was in a
man.
pig suit, poked you up and put your head in the box. Like, don't try and outsmart him. He got you beat on that, bro. Go shoot that nigga.
Bro,
just show niggas what he
here's
did,
all I'm
bro.
saying is that, bro, if Thanos smoked my whole family, bro, if Thanos smoked my whole family, and
Right.
I done seen folks get body, I'm really mad as a bitch. Boy, this person, you killed my whole fucking family, bro. You piece
Right.
of shit. But I know I can't do nothing to you. I'm going home. I'm gonna be mad as fuck.
I don't think
But I'm
I don't
going
think
home,
that's the
bro. I can't
case.
do nothing to
Well,
you.
what about
I don't
this
think
case?
that's the case.
It ain't nothing
What
I
about
can
this
do
one?
to you, bro.
I don't
It
think
ain't
that's
nothing.
the case.
you with
I
your
think
big
that's
one.
wrong,
You
KTL.
I
with
gotta
I
your
hold
think
big
my
at the
that's
L.
mall,
I
Slim.
think that's wrong.
In life, you gotta hold the L sometimes.
Hey,
Nope, I
Slim.
think you're wrong.
And it
Okay, Pools,
happens.
I think he's wrong.
Nah,
It
this is right here. You with your bitch at the mall in
Right.
2008. Let's just say you
In
grown or whatever. No,
2008.
2006. Let's say you grown, whatever.
Okay.
Kimbo Slice slap your bitch on the ass. What you doing?
I don't think that's the same thing.
You taking your ass home. You don't want no smoke with that
Slim
nigga.
been
So
tough
let me
this whole
let me
episode.
tell you why.
Hey, Pooh,
Let me
Slim been tough this whole episode. We not
let me
getting
tell
to
you.
him.
He
man.
finna cow.
But let
He
me
been
tell you
tough
why I
this
think
whole
both of
time.
y'all are wrong. I can logically explain why I think both of y'all are wrong.
Go ahead, tough man.
Because
Cap it out.
because KTL just talked about him and Thanos. Plus, you just talked about me and Kimbo Slice. The
Nigga beat
discrepancy
your ass.
between these two police officers is not that, bro.
It is.
Regardless, it's not.
worse.
And we gotta be realistic. It's not. It's really
Because
not.
you're
It's
saying through
worse
physical
because
strength.
you
I'm
know
saying
you gonna
through
die.
feats.
No,
You know you gonna die fucking with this nigga.
over. He don't know he gonna die because
Well,
listen.
he found out,
So
didn't he?
yeah, because listen, the thing about it is the reason this nigga really died is because he didn't listen to the tape. The nigga cut the tape off.
Which he didn't do in the very
He
fucking
should have
beginning
listened
of
to
the
the
I
movie.
first
know.
one, the second
I
time.
I
Stop
understand
following
that, but I'm
nigga.
How do you
saying
fuck
it's
up
not
the
like.
Hey, Strom might be the worst. How do you fuck
But
up
look,
the same
no,
trap twice?
KTL. What
No,
I'm
hold
saying
on, Slim.
is,
How
it's
do you
not
fuck up the
like,
same trap twice?
bro. What I'm
The
saying, you're
same
right,
tape.
but you're
Vengeance,
right.
bro.
But what I'm saying is, it's not like this nigga Hoffman just smoked this nigga up. No, he didn't do anything. The nigga overpowered Hoffman, put him in the box that he was supposed to be in, and because he put him in that box, now he's trapped in this room because he didn't listen to the tape. It had nothing to do with Hoffman like
So what's your
overpowering this
point?
nigga,
What is
outsmarting
your
this nigga,
point?
nothing, bro.
What is your point, bro?
What I'm saying, so this is the equivalent of a nigga bodying himself, bro. Hoffman did
Like they
nothing to
all
kill this nigga.
do.
No. I
Nah,
seen
they all
Rig get smoked by another nigga. I seen Matthews
He
get
smoked
smoked
his
by a
self.
machine.
He only got smoked by another
100%.
nigga because he ran in
You're
there. He
talking
could have just
about
been at the crib.
You're talking about what he did. What I'm saying is he got shot by another nigga. The other nigga got. What I'm saying is Hoffman did not do anything to kill this guy, bro.
What do you think would have happened if the lawyer nigga didn't shoot Rig? You think Rig could have just walked out that bitch?
But I think you're missing what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
I'm saying is y'all saying Hoffman is superior to this nigga. He would have he do this and that. Y'all just said it, bro. KTL and y'all just said it. Like
nigga
you can
said,
listen to
just
it on
stop
playback.
following that nigga, bro. Just leave him alone.
No. Niggas was talking about Thanos and Kimbo, and KTL said you gotta hold your L. You know it's nothing you can do with
Just
this nigga.
hold your
I'm
L.
saying these niggas.
Because you're only speaking in terms of power. I'm speaking in terms of feats and accomplishments.
But I'm speaking on he didn't do anything to kill this nigga.
He's
or
got
hurt
20
him,
more
or
bodies
anything.
than you, bro. I don't want to find out.
You're missing my
wanna
entire
find out.
point, bro.
That's my
All
point.
What I'm saying is this
How you know
nigga's
Hoffman
fate.
didn't let him throw him in that little box? Pause.
Yes.
regardless,
Hold on,
of
we getting past the point. I get what you're saying, Slim, and I agree with you 100%. There's no reason to believe that Strom couldn't just follow
well,
this
yeah,
nigga and do
explain
all
my
that
point,
shit.
Trey,
I
in
mean, you've
better
explained it
terms.
pretty well. They're not
Oh, they just
giving
ain't
up.
listening. Okay, okay.
He did not
So,
actually.
Well,
but
Yeah,
yeah,
because you're
explain it, Trey.
wrong.
like
Explain what I'm
the Thanos
saying.
thing was
I
crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
understood
be
all of it. It was
No,
KTL.
just
I,
wrong.
I'm
Slim,
saying
I got
Hoffman
you
didn't do
100%.
anything.
Like, no,
Go ahead, go
the
ahead.
point makes 100% sense. Let's just get past
Yeah,
it.
it's just wrong.
So it's just this, right? It's just, like that.
This
I'm
nigga,
not
bro.
gonna explain it for you because that's what I'm talking to. Right? There's no point. So
That nigga
right?
crazy, bro.
It's simple,
Yeah,
bro. Like your logic
yeah,
is
like no,
KTL,
wrong.
the
what did
Thanos thing
Hoffman
was terrible. The Thanos thing was
what
absolutely
did
terrible.
Hoffman do, KTL?
Like,
He
how the
caught
fuck is
20
Hoffman
bodies,
Thanos?
bro.
No, but
Like,
what did he do to this guy? We're talking about
No,
the
but
guy that you're
I'm
saying
not
he's
no,
better
saying
like
than.
that
let's
shit.
not do this, bro.
Come
Yeah,
Because
I'm
on,
gonna say
bro.
we've
that's not
already
even a
we've
point.
Yeah,
already
let's move on. Fuck
yeah,
that.
we
There's
jumped
no
You
ahead.
don't
point.
see what I'm saying, man.
We
Yeah,
jumped
there's no
ahead
Yes, I
point
do.
accidentally
for
a
real.
couple of times, right? So because we kind of shot the plot down. But listen. So he
Fuck
finds the
it.
tape. The tape says to get in the box. It's the only way you survive. It's gonna be some pain, but this is how you survive.
The
Get in this
room gonna be
box, right?
your tomb and shit
Yeah.
like that. That's the second time I told it that, yeah.
So he stops the tape because he's like he had enough of that jigsaw shit. Nigga, fuck you. So and then it flashes over to the last room for the last
Old
two
motherfucker.
contestants, right? So they get to a room, and then there are these. This is a machine that has saw blades inside these little tubes or whatever, like little holes.
I get it.
And
It's called
and
Saw.
they play the tape, and the tape says that they have to give enough
And the
blood.
blaze is like in the shape of a V for 5.
Fire.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. So yeah, the message says that hey, y'all gotta give up enough blood, and when y'all do give up enough blood, it'll open the room, and then that's it. So then they looking at each other and like wondering like if only two of us was ever supposed to make it here, why is it still 5 holes in this machine? And they start to kind of connect the dots, and then this is where you get a great revelation. This is one of the better revelations in Saw history, in my opinion, where they kind of go back through all the traps and realize how it would have been played out had they done what was initially told of them and not use their survival instincts to think of themselves and save themselves. So they go
Like he
back to
had told
room
them not
one.
to.
Yeah, the original tape says, "Do I implore you, do not be selfish. Think of each other." Type
Do the
shit.
opposite of what you would like normally
Exactly.
do or some shit.
So we go back to room one, and it turns out that the key in each box was the same and would have opened all of their necklaces. So only one person ever needed to get their key and could have passed it along, and everybody could have got out in 60 seconds easy. So that was where they lost one person completely unnecessarily. Room two, turns out there were 3 keys to open up the 4 doors. Excuse me, I got a bad cough. But it turns out that there was enough space in each of the tubes for at least 2 people. So nobody had to get left behind. Even if all 5 people would have made it, 2 tubes could have held 2 people, and 1 tube would have just had 1 person, but they still could have brought all 5 people along. When they got to the room with the electricity in the tub, it was never designed for one person to take all the electricity and jump forward like that and lose one person like that. It was designed for each one of them to take one prong and connect to each other and all take a little bit of electricity, and they would have all got in the room without doing too much damage and losing somebody. And as clearly there are 5 holes at the very end of the machine for them to all take a little bit of blood, or I wouldn't say a little bit. You got to cut your hand on fucking saw blade. It's still gonna be a significant amount, but
It was like
it would have
what it
been
had to be 10 pints to fill it up.
yeah.
So they would
So
all had like 2 pints.
2 pints each instead of one person losing half the fucking blood.
5. Yeah.
So obviously they don't have those 3 people that they killed along the way, but that was just a revelation in Saw history, just to say, hey, it is always what he says it is. Do not think for yourself. Do not, you know what I'm saying? Be this way, and you can survive this shit.
Hey Trey, let me ask a question.
Yep.
I saw like a theory kind of, or like a little plot thing or whatever, something. Somebody said what, like, so this is what they said. I don't know if y'all agree or not. Tell me if y'all agree. They said that they could have used the dead woman in the bathtub. They could have used her blood. Like they could have just brought her and put her hand there and got the whole 10 or whatever.
The
Do
doors
y'all?
closed behind them, right?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I think we saw the doors closed behind them every time.
Okay, so that wouldn't have even been possible.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah, I
you
saw
remember when
them
the
say
room
that.
blew up the first time, they closed the doors, and then they crawled through the tubes, and then the bomb went off, and then they kind of like they came back down, and then like they walked out, and the doors closed behind them.
I will say right there too, they did the same shit where they be doing, where they stop and they talk for a minute and a half before they even do anything.
Mhm.
Like that, some other
Yeah, but
shit that they
this one at
always
least
do.
wasn't ass. Like these
I ain't trying to
participants
talk, bro.
were
I get what you're
garbage, but
saying.
like they're the best ones so far because they finally were able to realize, like, they put all the pieces together. Like, hey, we are all responsible for this fire that killed 8 people and shit.
Facts.
And
Oh yeah, I
motherfuckers
left
like
that out, right?
actually admitted that, like, that we deserve to be here, and that is the
Facts.
greatest thing, bro. Like, you actually realize, like, okay, like, I'm a piece of shit. I did this shit. Nobody has
Mhm.
ever done that, so they the
So
greatest for that.
just to give a little bit of detail about that, because I did skip over that. That's
You
how the
did mention
5%
the
works.
the
Yeah,
yeah. You mentioned what they do.
right. So the actual connection was that there was a building set on fire. So the tweaker actually set the fire. The real estate agent was the one who put the whole thing in motion for it.
Supposedly an abandoned building.
Yeah. The editorial ball head dude, he actually knew about it but covered it up so he could actually
Hmm.
get the exclusive on the story later and kind of get his own like personal gain. That was the thing. Everybody was out for personal gain. Um,
Megan Good.
the
She gave the
Megan Good
permit.
character, say again.
She was taking bribes. That's what it was. She was taking
Oh yeah,
bribes
like
for the
he was
permit.
working for the city and taking bribes to kind of like essentially cover it up. And then the girl works for the fire department or whatever shit. And
Fire inspector,
She
bitch. Yeah.
filed
yeah,
a
so he
bogus
She
filed a
died.
report.
bogus report. Yeah. So essentially, they were all connected to that one building. They all had their own crooked roles, so they can get their own personal gain from it.
Yeah,
Essentially,
that's the greatest
so that
shit.
was how
They
they, yeah,
realized it. Like, they were like,
which is
okay.
fire. So kind of fast forward to the trap. Obviously, they are 3 people short, and they still need to get out of here. So the saw blades are whirring, and they have to put their arms in here and give up 5 pints of blood each. So they start to do that. The saw blades start to cut their ass open, and it cuts back to that room where Strom was with the glass box. Now,
I have
Detective
a
Hoffman is in
question
there.
real quick.
Go.
Did they really need to, like, cut their arm all the way up to the point in which they cut it? Couldn't they have,
They
like,
needed the
once that,
blood.
like, once you?
Just
But what
let
I'm
it
saying,
bleed from a
listen,
certain point.
hear me out, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Soon as you cut yourself, right? Like, you can continue to press or whatever. But, like, I guess more blood is coming because the wound is larger. But you're not just gonna stop bleeding, you know? Like, you literally could have just, like, held your hand there and just let the blood drip on that
But
bitch.
wasn't it a time they had to do it in a certain
Yes,
time?
it was, but, like, I'm just like, did you have to cut all the way up your fucking arm? Like, that just seems kind of like excessive to me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, I hadn't got to that, but yeah, they end up cutting all the way up. Like if you cut from like think the space between your middle and ring fingers is where they essentially let the saw blade cut, and it cuts
Almost to the
down
elbow.
until about the elbow. So most of the forearm was kind of split for
Yeah,
both of them.
buddy shit was like,
How do
yeah,
you
Yeah, that
even
some
shit kind of
fix some
hit
shit like
hard.
that if you're a doctor? Like,
Yeah, that shit's over with. You're cooked, buddy.
somebody call
Uh,
Lawrence Gordon.
so yeah, it
somebody
flashes back
called
to the room
Lynn.
where Strom found the glass box. But this time it's Detective Hoffman in there with the glass box, and he's just kind of looking. He thought Strom would be in there, so he's like looking, and he realized like the tape has been played, and then like he sees Strom's reflection in the glass box, and Strom is like right behind him on the sneak attack. So he
Oh
turned
yeah,
around.
Trey, that's what it was. The nigga was playing the tape and he heard the nigga coming in the hallway. So I guess that's when he stopped the tape
Mm-hmm.
and hid or whatever the fuck he did.
Yeah, that nigga
But yeah,
double.
he heard Hoffman walking in the hallway. That's why he stopped it. Even though I don't know if he was gonna listen to it all anyway, but he
He said
stopped it because of that. Yeah.
that part right there, what he just said. So Hoffman is like he turned around way cleaner than Strom and like kind of knocked the gun in different directions. Strom get a shot off, but it doesn't connect because he a fluke. He should have shot that nigga out the gate. He wanted them to do it like a dramatic scene and shit. I would have shot that nigga in the back of the head. Like this is why Strom is ass because
But
like
they do this all the like. That's the same shit
this is
Tapping them
plot
was
armor,
doing,
bro.
bro.
Just shoot that like that's him. Shoot that nigga, bro. Like why not just shoot that nigga? Like
Trey,
this
you
nigga.
remember Saw 1? The Asian nigga wanted to shoot the
I
fuck
don't
out
know, bro.
Jigsaw. And
I
Tap was
seen my
like,
own
nah, like
cancer patient get the drop on a man with a gun out in the elevator, so nothing surprising me.
Yeah,
all
but
I'm
he was behind that nigga and like was ready to do
Man,
that.
that
Like he
shit
got
all
a
the
gun,
same. If
bro.
we
Just
being
you
honest,
keep
like
bro.
saying this nigga a cancer patient like this nigga not a cold nigga though.
yeah, he was pretty clean back then. He wasn't like on his deathbed yet.
This
Like,
nigga cold
he
as
was still
fuck.
jumping fat niggas and shit with the pig
Yeah.
suit on back
I
then.
don't know what's wrong with KTL, how he just
That nigga's a
like
habitual hater, bro. But,
Hey, bro, I'm literally
Yeah, like,
I swear you said it. You probably said it in the first or the second one, like how cold this nigga is.
He is
Now
cold
for
as
the
a
last
bitch,
two,
Slim, but
you think this
my
nigga ass?
argument has never been that he's ass. My argument is that he shouldn't be
You
able to
talking like he
overpower a
ain't
grown
shit.
man with a gun.
He a grown man with a
Yeah, but
syringe.
he's an old grown man with cancer. Like that's not the
stabby
same.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What the cancer got to do with it, my nigga? Like,
It's all, hey, bro. If you don't
come
get it,
on,
it's
bro.
all good. Go ahead.
The
Trey.
nigga's still a cold nigga, bro.
Uh-huh.
Regardless.
Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, I'm on 9% to get it. But yeah, so kind of summing up
Tell
here.
this nigga
so,
stop hating so you
Bro,
can finish.
let him go.
Shut your bitch ass up. I'm talking to Trey. Shut your bitch ass up. I'm talking to Trey. You bitch ass nigga.
Oh, now you've been tough all
Go ahead, Trey.
So yeah, they get into a physical altercation and shit. Funny enough, Strom actually wins the altercation essentially and knocks Hoffman into the glass box that the tape told Strom to get into. So like the box shuts and locks on Hoffman and he trapped in the box and shit. And it's like, damn, we finally got that nigga. Like, so the sense of pride and accomplishment is like all over the Strom nigga. Like, I got that nigga. Like, yeah, now you in the trap, bitch ass nigga. How it feel? And like Strom is like looking at that nigga like, you know, I won and shit. And Hoffman is in the box like, damn, I really let this nigga get me. I'm fucked. And then
his
like
boss too. His boss was walking through the house at the same time.
Oh yeah, that Erickson nigga is kind of Erickson has found the place where they doing the traps. I left that out. So
that
Erickson
was
has
fire.
found the room where they doing the traps. And he actually found the last two survivors with their hands pretty much split open. And he's like, "Who did this to y'all? Who did this to you?" So then he finds Strom's cell phone. He finds all the files, the pictorama shit or the diagram of all the traps and shit. So like he pretty much found all this shit. And he comes to the conclusion that it's definitely Strom who's Jigsaw, right? Because all this shit is connecting him to it. But that's the shit that Hoffman put in place for it to look that way. So yeah, Erickson finds all this shit and comes to that conclusion. Hoffman has done a successful job of making it look like Strom is the Jigsaw killer. So again, Strom knocked him in there. Hoffman looked fucked, and then like Hoffman starts to look pleased. He's like, and like niggas like, you know, Strom like, what the fuck you so happy about? So then he plays the rest of the tape, and the rest of the tape gives him the information that nigga, this room will be your tomb.
Your
like,
legacy will become mine.
Yeah, like nigga.
My legacy will become yours, Puss.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you essentially the tape says you fumbled the bag.
You gonna vanish and shit, nigga. Never to be seen again, never to be found.
Hold the fuck out that
That's
nigga.
That's the craziest shit, bro. Like a motherfucker, literally, they ain't never gonna find his body. The last thing they gonna think is that he did this crazy ass shit, bro. That is like that is the end of this character.
I used to not like shit like that, but you know now I don't give a fuck. I used to not like that type of shit in movies. Like, damn, that shit. But I don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah, so the tape plays and then it says that, right? Like you should have gotten the box. I told you, stupid. So,
hey Trey, they was doing the little Jigsaw flashbacks too, where he was talking to this nigga and he was telling the nigga like, if you good at anticipating the human mind and shit, like it don't leave nothing to chance.
The Hoffman shit, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but I feel like that kind of goes. I feel like that kind of goes back with this shit. Like they anticipated all of this shit.
Up to, I thought that was clean too. Like he really like
always
was prepared for him not to get in it and for him to like try and push you in it type shit. It's like
they do that every time. Like, and I think that makes sense. Like, obviously, this nigga Jigsaw's talking about anticipating the human mind, so he knows what all of these victims are gonna do, or all of these people. Every time you get a nigga in the trap.
Shooting that nigga in the back of the head when you got the drop on that nigga. Like, why are you trying to get clever, bro?
I agree, but I feel like they should have did the same shit to Jigsaw in the first one.
Yeah, somebody should have took these niggas out. These niggas is idiots. But nevertheless, the box starts to descend into the floor.
Trey would have never did it. He would have been in a trap with a nigga.
I would have been the fat nigga beating niggas up.
Chain, nigga. Jerking.
Yeah, get out of here. My trap got all hoes, nigga.
I heard about your other trap.
Yeah, never.
you couldn't even see it. You can't see it.
But yeah, the glass box that starts to descend into the floor, and then the walls of the room start to close in, and Strom realizes, I'm a fucking dickhead. So like he pissed because he a loser and he got to come to terms. Like his last thoughts got to be, I'm a fucking loser. Like you got.
And the walls closing in on this nigga too, bro.
Yeah,
like, that got to be the scariest shit.
Now you want to get in the box.
That got to be the scariest shit, bro.
Now you want to be in the box.
But now you want to shoot your gun and shit, the lock and shit. Because now you embarrassed and shit that you put this nigga in the safe deposit.
Bro, to see the walls closing got to be the scariest shit, and the ceiling.
Yeah, like he out of there.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
what I was saying
Yeah, they
earlier.
crushed
Like
his fucking
this
hand.
might be like the
That shit
worst
won't
way
happen
to
in
die
this
for
one.
me. Like this shit here,
All right, Pools.
where like the wall is closing in. You know what I'm saying? You see a motherfucker bone sticking out through his arm and shit as
That
that
shit
bitch
was
breaks
crazy.
on him and crushes him, bro. Like
yeah.
that
So
might gotta be the worst way to
the
die.
movie essentially ends just like that, with the box descending into the ground and the walls closing in and absolutely smashing Agent Strom like a motherfucking
That was the best part to me.
Like a
yeah,
fly
like
or some shit.
pancake out of that nigga. Like it was disgusting. But
Then
it's like
Buddy
it's what
put
he
an
get though,
APB out
because
on that nigga.
stop playing tapes if you're not gonna listen to him, dumbass nigga. Like you keep like you're the result of not listening to the tapes, bro. Like listen
Hey
to
Trey, but that's why I say I don't know. Maybe he get a pass on that one because he stopped that hole when Buddy was coming down the hall. So I don't know. Maybe
man.
that's
He
why.
heard
That's why.
get in the box to survive. That's all you needed to hear. Get
But he
in the
didn't say
box
that
to
like that.
survive.
But he didn't say it like that.
He literally said it like that.
He
Man,
said
he
it
said-
100% like that.
He said the only way to survive this room is to get in the box. There will be some pain, but get in the box. That's all he said.
He literally said that.
Verbatim.
That's enough information, nigga. Get your bitch ass in the box.
Well, we know he's not
Get
getting
in
the
the
box because,
fucking
like I
box.
said, like these cops not playing the games, bro. They don't want to play.
Yeah, and none of them. Okay,
How many survived?
everybody died not playing the game. Let me try playing this motherfucker.
Well, maybe Eric could have got away if he wasn't such a dickhead. Like if he wasn't a fucking dickhead.
You know, like if he would have stayed with, never
Let me
mind.
tell you why I say that, Puos.
Strom could have got away if he would have just shot that nigga in the back of the
I
head.
gotta hear this.
I
gotta hear this. He finna backtrack.
Rig could have got away too. Puos, I never backtrack.
So what you
don't
finna
got
say
shit
about,
to do with
what you finna
Daniel.
say about Matthew?
Like, yeah, I was finna say if he wasn't being such a dickhead with that Amanda shit, like. You remember when he was in the hall, he talking crazy to this bitch? Like that's why she came back.
Jigsaw bitch.
Huh?
You
Oh yeah, that
Jigsaw
shit.
Bitch.
Well, he kept wilding on this bitch, talking about you ain't shit, you ain't
hold
nothing. What I'm saying is like he wouldn't have been doing all that shit. Like maybe
he could have been light on her. I would have said all kinds of shit.
You would have?
Heroin bitch, you ain't
I don't
Jigsaw.
know. I don't know who else would have said all this.
I would have beat the whole ass in there though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, you versus Matthews, who win?
Me, he lost to a bitch. I never lose to no.
The nigga didn't he cut his foot off?
So
yeah, he had one foot.
He did not cut his
foot off. I would have just grabbed the hoe.
No, he bashed that bitch. He broke his foot, didn't he, or some shit? Yeah, he had a broken foot, KTL.
He already was beating the whole ass. He tried to go for like a super move, and she just.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. This nigga with a healthy foot is beating the hell out of her and you.
Damn, why you dick sucking this nigga? How you know he gonna
tell me I'm lying, bro?
Bro. Hey,
KTL, am I lying? KTL, am I lying?
We gonna lose.
What hands you got? You saw that nigga.
So you got Puos over Matthews.
I got $100 on Puos in a fight against Eric.
Hey, I'm winning that hoe.
Put up your
wait. So Puos gonna beat Matthews, and you gonna beat. All right, hold on.
John Kramer.
Hold on. Nope.
I got a ban on KTL.
No, let me break this down. No,
you out of ban for sure.
It ain't Kramer. Listen, Puos.
The John Kramer he has.
Puos, let me break this down. So you gonna beat Matthews. Yep. KTL gonna beat Xavier.
Yes.
I don't know about that one.
Oh no, he
Who is Xavier? That brolic ass nigga.
The Hispanic nigga. Yeah,
KTL cooked. He getting thrown in that bat of needles, nigga. He done.
And guess what? That's gonna kill me.
And you ain't gotta die, but you gonna get holes for sure.
And then guess what?
Hey, get in there and find that nigga key.
Hey, all I'm saying is I seen him do that.
He gonna pick KTL up and throw him in the
Hey,
needle.
he gonna throw that little ass nigga in there. Hey, go get his key, bro. Quit
Show
talking.
me one instance where he got active with a dude.
He did.
He hit that nigga in the back of the head with a bat, bro.
Because a motherfucker was dying of a goddamn nerve toxin.
That nigga wasn't dying.
That motherfucker was beating his ass right before then, Trey.
He was.
You had to wait until a motherfucker got stunned, a stun status effect, and now you did something.
Hey,
bro.
you would have been in there with the same
Get
nerve
your bitch
toxin.
no
Beat
shit
up.
out. All right.
And you ain't that nigga was tough.
I think KTL would have had
right
the seizure probably. He would have been the one who had the seizure. He wouldn't have made it.
Hey, Slim, you wouldn't even made it, bro. We know that.
I just said that about you.
No, I'm saying like you wouldn't have made it to the house. Like you wouldn't have made it to the house, bro.
He would have died the first scene.
I wouldn't have been on the trap. No, you said I wouldn't have been there.
Puos, that boy would have gotten put in a. He would have gotten put in a crazy ass narcissist trap.
Hey,
I can't lie. Like what?
Hey,
Man, hey Trey, finish.
What you was gonna say?
I'm not.
I know what he was gonna say. Boy, I
Yeah,
said
that
I was gonna get put in a
motherfucker.
crazy ass something.
Hey,
Nigga.
bro.
Hey,
See what
I
I'm
ain't getting
saying,
put
bro?
in
Like,
nothing.
Nigga,
this is what
crazy
what?
ass
happens
one
when
too.
parents don't get in their
All
kids'
right, but that's
lives, bro.
essentially the end of the movie. The movie ends with Peter being smashed by the closing room and Detective Hoffman safely being tucked away in a box that goes under the room.
Cuts to
So,
credits.
yeah, it literally cuts right there. So that's the end of Saw 5. And pretty good movie, man. I thought that they made all the connecting pieces work.
Give you a rating.
We going straight to the ratings?
God damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure. I was just trying to segue
We've
there
been in
while
this
you was
hole
going.
for 2 hours.
Yeah, for
Fuck
I'm
sure.
it.
saying.
Well, yeah, I will. I will give.
So what you
that's
talking about,
essentially it,
KT?
right? So my yeah, what happened? Did I get hold?
I don't know what's good.
He said, "Did I get hosed?"
No, I'm playing the game, bro.
So,
I thought I
Pools,
got
if you
hold.
was in Trey Trap, what you would have did? Like, the one
Oh
where you
my
can't see.
God.
How's that
when I
my
can't
trap?
see?
You know that's your trap, but
Is
Yeah,
he
that's
in there
weird.
with Trey?
no. Well, I don't know,
Hell
but
no, nigga.
okay, nah, Trey's not there. But if
Who else
you
got
was
his
the
mouth
nigga,
sewn shut and Trey got his eyes sewn shut? He just over there jerking. Who else? What do you do next? Like,
I
what do
don't
you
know.
do?
I'm gonna
whoa,
be like utterly
what?
disgusted. Like, bro, what this nigga doing,
That
bro?
what?
All
What?
right, so I'm gonna get
That
my
That's a
nigga
rating.
fair
say
I'm gonna
he
get up out of
reaction.
jerking
here.
you,
Yeah, you niggas,
Pools.
yeah, you niggas tripping.
Man, what?
Yeah,
That's
niggas,
what he
niggas
said.
tweaking.
That's a fair reaction, Pulos.
I think he
Let
said.
me go and get my
Oh,
react.
he definitely
Let me
said it,
get
Go
my
nigga.
ahead,
It's
rating and
so
get
Trey.
up out
funny.
of here.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I heard about you, Trey.
Yeah, you didn't. Niggas lied.
I wanted to know what Pools would do if he was in that trap
I
where
just
he
Why?
was
want to know
blind.
Trey
No,
rating
man.
for the movie.
No.
He the
What do you
blind one,
expect?
Trey. You ain't there.
I ain't blind.
Oh, yeah, you
Trey
can't see.
blind
Your
and
eyes
jerking,
stitched.
and Pulos got his mouth stitched.
What the fuck?
Man, let that man get his rating, bro.
See what I'm
Go
saying? I've
ahead,
been
Trey.
trying to do this
Go
forever.
ahead,
Like,
Trey, man.
Uh,
KT.
Thought the movie was
gosh.
great. I think this is my favorite movie in the series for a couple of reasons. Altogether, I thought they did a good job of bringing everything together. Very successful, showcasing how things work. I think that it was still in the spirit. I'm not sure if John Kramer designed these traps or if a boy designed these traps. I'm not
Kramer did.
entirely sure, just based on like the timeline.
Kramer
But
did, Trey.
I do like that the traps were all like winnable, and this time was winnable with everybody
Not all of them.
surviving. Super winnable. And it was literally just work together. Like teamwork could have made all the shit like possible and shit. So like you didn't even have to like overexert yourself. Like some of these shits you gotta like lose your limb just to survive out of this hole. But yeah, long story short, I fucked with it. I thought the shit was casted properly. I thought shit was clever. The only thing I didn't like was that Strong was a dickhead. He just could have not been a dickhead like he was. But other than that, I fuck with it, man. I'm gonna go 8.7.
You want to go next? Y'all go.
Go ahead.
All right. This is my least favorite movie of the series so far. Like I think that this was a lazy written movie, bro. I think that there was some like cold shit. The inference, of like 5 people being able to do their trap. I think that's well done. But most of this movie is just back and forth to this Strom Hoffman shit. Then you back to the trap. Then back and forth, and it's not like the Strom Hoffman storyline is not particularly compelling, especially since I know he's the fucking killer, bro. Like what. I'm watching you discover all this shit, and I guess like it makes sense in character, but it's not compelling movie. You know what I'm saying? That's a fair point, but it's just not a compelling movie. That bitch, like it was like I say, there was some dickhead ass characters. Like a lot of the characters that I did fuck with either turned out to be shitty or died early in the movie. Tobin Bell
Who
was
did you fuck
cold
with?
as he always. We talked about earlier. Tobin
The
Bell
Spire
was
Inspector?
cold as he always.
The
He's
editor.
always a crazy,
The editor? Oh, yeah.
crazy ass fucking performance and shit. He really carried this movie for me though. Like honestly, I don't think that I liked a whole lot of shit. It wasn't horrible, but like out of all of these movies, this is very clearly the one that I would not rush back to rewatch. Who else? You good, bro?
Nigga, that ain't me.
Trey said he was playing the game,
What's
KTL.
wrong with this nigga, bro?
Well, no, because it was you earlier, and I just
No,
heard
it
it twice.
wasn't,
Like I
nigga.
let it go the first
No.
time. It was, bro. When
No,
you
it
were playing that
wasn't.
music.
Niggas still mad at you about that sexy red shit.
What?
That nigga automatically blames this nigga.
Every
It
time
Well,
wasn't,
yeah,
nigga,
because like, what other evidence do I have to the contrary?
shout out
Because
Bro.
sexy
Trey
red.
said he was
Man.
playing the game, bro.
Man,
What does that have to do with that?
I forgot
That
the
sounds like a
controller be
game,
talking and
KTL.
It
shit.
didn't sound
Yeah.
like a game to me. It sounded like somebody playing something on their phone.
Nah, it's the controller, but you know.
Well, just smack this nigga on this
Shout out
bottom lip,
sexy
bro.
red.
What's wrong with this nigga, bro?
Yeah, this bitch like a 6. I ain't gonna lie to you. This bitch like a 6. Like
Alright.
you know what I'm saying? The fucking reveal and like the fact that folks was you know, like they took accountability for their actions. That did like a lot, but this is one of the toughest movies I've ever had to rate. 6 out of 10.
Alright.
Alright, that shit was cool, man. I fuck with it, bro. I like the niggas ain't like Strom. I kind of like Strom. Like that nigga just was obsessed, bro. And this is what happened when you obsessed. You bitch ass niggas out here take notes, man. Y'all niggas who falling in love with these hoes and just can't get over these bitches.
Slim.
Y'all gonna end up like Strom. Body smashed in the motherfucking room, nigga. That's what this movie is about. It ain't about none of that other shit y'all niggas think it's about.
He's laughing over there.
It's about
Don't
obsession.
have no unhealthy attachment to these hoes and get your body
Exactly.
smashed up.
Yeah, and while that bitch in a safe room watching this shit happen to you
Laughing because she finna come back up when you done.
with another nigga.
What movie did y'all watch? What did I like?
Saw 5, nigga.
What am I missing?
Raw 5.
What is this, bro?
Man,
Buddy ass gays head.
Nigga
Niggas say
said
nothing.
Crazy.
Niggas
It's-
say nothing about no
Gay.
sex,
That's
though.
gay?
Yeah, it's time to
That
get up
shit-
out of here. Raw
Niggas
five.
say nothing
Yeah,
about no
gay?
sex,
Hey,
bro. Why you say
well,
raw?
get your rating, Sling, get your rating.
Wow, that's gay now. Crazy.
Raw,
Five is
raw
crazy.
5.
Yeah, you talking
Raw
about a bitch. How's that
5
gay?
is
I'm
wild.
saying, though, niggas ain't say nothing about sex, bro. You don't gotta like.
So, but
Bro,
that don't sex
bro is
ain't
just in
gay.
this bitch horny. Like,
But sex
jump-
ain't gay
You
at the
just
end of the
jump
day.
right into
That's what I'm saying,
like
Trey.
sex without no condom.
Okay, regardless, that ain't gay, Puos.
Whoa.
Bust that bitch down.
All right, man.
Whoa, Trey, stop it.
Nigga was watching Raw 5.
Stop
Man.
it.
Hey man, cut it
That
out.
nigga
Man.
gay as a bitch.
This nigga tweaking.
Instead of
Hey.
sticking his hand in the
Oh, that is gay as
Hey, Puos,
fuck.
Slim rating and review of this movie gonna be completely different. Watch this. Like,
I'm gonna have to go watch that one, man.
you
I
already
ain't seen
did.
that.
Yeah, you
So
already
why-
seen,
how did
you
I
already
see
seen
it?
Raw 1 through
Yeah.
4?
I'm about to
You
say,
did.
I 1, 2, 3 movies, I guess.
You know what happened when a nigga stick his hand in the trap? Like nobody else
He
knows.
said, no,
It wasn't his
instead of sticking
hand.
his hand in that
That's
hole,
what
he's
niggas
like,
see when they watch on them bootlegs and shit.
Go get
Hey,
Amazon
Niggas
Prime.
watching
like,
Raw 5 and
Slim
shit.
was on that hoe. He just seen the porn ads at the top and thought it was just regular bootleg
Niggas
stuff.
out there, niggas out there going bare meeting these bitches. Chill out.
Yeah, I fuck with this hoe though more than Softball. Definitely more than Softball. Softball was ass. I'm gonna get this 8.5. I enjoyed it actually. That's it, bro.
8.5.
Yeah.
All right, man. I like the Raw 5, man. I've never seen any of
All
these
right,
in the
man.
franchise. But okay,
Nigga,
so
gay, bro.
that's not gay. Like, why do you keep calling it gay?
Man, I almost
Do
crashed
you think
out
it's some
just
gay
now, bro.
porn or some shit?
Hey,
Pull up. Why
crash
you
out,
keep
bro.
Hey, I
saying gay?
almost crashed out. I almost called him one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I almost,
Send it up there.
man.
Call
Hey,
me a what?
just
Nah,
say,
don't
just
do
say
it.
that
Don't
shit.
do it, bro.
Just
Come
say
on, man.
that shit,
Hard
bro.
R too.
Say
Nah,
that
the
shit.
hard F. You was gonna call a
I'm
nigga
gonna
the F
put an
word,
R in
right?
that word. It ain't even one in there.
He might have said both.
I
You know
thought
he used to play that
yeah,
game when he was
yeah,
young.
yeah.
K-
Put both of
Pull.
them out there. Really crash out for real.
You know he used to play that game
If
when he was
Almost
young.
anybody, if
over.
it's
Let's
anybody,
not
it's
do
Slim.
it,
I'll tell
bro.
you that.
You
Bringing
gonna
back
do it
memories.
full
Hey,
send
Trey,
that
if it's
shit.
anybody, it's Slim. I promise.
You bringing back memories of KTL
Hey,
childhood,
full
Pull.
send
If
that shit.
anybody is both, it is K Slim.
KTL couldn't be
Let him
none
hear
of
it,
them when
bro.
they
Let him
played.
hear it.
He wasn't allowed to be none
He
of
know.
them.
He know it.
You wasn't allowed to be none of them. They didn't pick you.
FF
And you
on
was
your
both
call.
of them.
They didn't pick him.
They picked you on
You was
both
both
They
teams.
didn't
crazy.
pick him.
They picked you on both teams.
You mad? You didn't get picked at all, KTL.
Yeah, I
NFF, let's
understand.
hear
You
it.
was happy the boys was
You
fighting.
didn't
over
get
you.
picked at all.
Get
You
your
was happy
rating,
men
bro.
was fighting over you.
Oh, my bad, Puos. This fucking imbecile fucking distracted me.
Called him an imbecile.
You talked about Raw 5. Stop talking to me.
So what?
All 5.
Stop it. Get some help.
Who started that?
Hey,
Making
yo.
good.
Hey,
I
yo.
wish. I wish.
Yeah, send me the
nigga.
link.
After we just paused it, you want to know who was in it.
If
That's
Megan
why I
Good
don't
was
get
in
the
it,
If
I'd be
Megan
pause.
talking.
Good was in it,
That's Trey.
I'm
He's
with
gay.
it.
That's why I don't understand the
You gay
pause.
as fuck.
If Megan Good in there, hand it over.
Gay.
Shit, I ain't gonna hold you.
KTL said, "Make it good." You
Megan
gay
Good
as
in that
fuck.
hole with plastic, bro. Like that's
He
your
said,
movie.
"Oh my
That's your
god."
movie.
Oh my god.
I don't give a fuck. I'm
Welcome
not in
to the
it. I don't
trap.
give a fuck what she doing. Send
Welcome
it
to the
here.
trap.
Big bad Maggie Mag, man. Run
How
them.
you call this nigga gay for watching Raw 5 star Making Good, bro?
And that's not what he asked.
What
I
he
He
just
didn't
asked?
have
was
any
in.
knowledge that Megan Good was in that hole.
I had
He
to
heard
figure it
us
out.
say,
I know it's something
he
I want
heard
to
us
see.
pause it and said, "Hey, who was in that one?"
In fact,
Like,
I found out I was a fucking
that
bad
boy,
bitch. And
That
I turned
nigga
that bitch
heard
on.
pause and
come
said,
on, bro.
he said, where you get that from?
That boy been talking about jerking in traps, and now you want to watch Raw 5, bro. You're a sick individual, dog.
Hey, you niggas got
Fucking
problems.
That's what they do in the movie, KTF.
shit. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Hey
I
man,
didn't
send
watch it.
that Megan Good
You
footage.
was too busy watching Young Buns.
Shit, I
Hey,
wasn't
man,
watching
yeah.
nothing.
Come on,
Yes,
bro.
the hell you
Rate this
was.
shit so I can get up out of here, bro.
I'm trying, Trey. I'm
Man.
trying, bro.
Oh, Young Barnes, bro. Shut the fuck up.
This shit's so gay.
You niggas sick, man.
That's Slim,
Fucking,
bro.
All right, man. Hold it down,
Slim
man.
got a gay version of every movie we watch.
I don't know why y'all said it
young,
was gay. Like,
young
Come on, bro.
what?
Barnes
You
are
said
fucking
Young Buns,
sick.
bro. Stop
That's the one
talking.
you watched. You can
Yeah,
go
see
back
what I'm
5 weeks
saying?
ago.
He gonna
We
make
said
me watch the movie.
you
Big
watched it
bad
3
Young
weeks ago
He
on
Barnes.
the
gonna make me
episode.
watch the
It's
movie.
on the episode. Let me
You gonna
talk,
force
bro.
me
Shut
to.
up.
Movies, youngbarnes.com.
He got
Shout
the
out Penn
URL.
Island.
He got the URL of it. That nigga got Young Buns merch. Get out of here, Trey.
Stream that hoe right now.
He got a saddle off this.
Hey, Pools, do you hear this guy, man? Like,
Rate this motherfucker.
It's him, bro.
How's
All
me,
right.
bro? I'm just trying to promote the merch. You niggas
y'all them
tweaking.
weird ass perverts.
Look at KTL.
Youngbarnes.com, man.
KTL
Subscribe.
support the movie, but he don't support the merch. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
whole
I
ass
don't
nigga,
support a
man.
goddamn thing that y'all are involved with.
All
Fresh
right,
toast
man.
$2.99 right now.
All right, man.
Cheap ass Young Bun shit.
Cheap, nigga. Ain't want no decimals in that.
Y'all niggas crazy. So yeah, man, I this is probably the worst movie I've seen in this franchise too. But I think my ratings are higher than like when KTS says it's the worst that he's seen. Like for me, all of these movies are brand new to me because I've never seen them. And
Really?
yeah, I've never seen any of these. So KTL, Puos, they've seen these type of shits already. And so everything is like fresh to me. So even though it's the worst one that I've seen in this franchise, it's still not a bad movie. It was really the story that kind of kept my attention. Like KTL said he didn't really like the Hoffman and the Strom shit, but it wasn't really much else going on outside of that. That's really what was keeping my interest in the movie. Trying to see and I was mostly just trying to watch to see what the fuck was gonna happen. Um I don't think it was a foregone conclusion that Strom was gonna lose like y'all making it seem like this nigga had no chance. I don't think that was ever like a thing. I think the reason he was going after this nigga so much was that he thought he had a chance to like beat this nigga. Like he figured it all out. Like, yeah, it's clearly you. He had the evidence and he just wanted to like take this nigga down. Pause. Confront this nigga and beat him. Pause.
Man.
Like he just wanted to win, bro. So
Pause.
So yeah. I think it was cool. There wasn't really shit else besides the Hoffman and Strom shit. So it's trivia time, man. I got a few things. I'm gonna go quick. Pause.
Better not be no gay shit.
That whole
John Kramer.
Hey, yo.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I thought that was
The trap what the nigga had his head in the box with the water. They tested that bitch and I don't know what you laughing at. They tested that bitch
He had
and
his head in the box. Sound like some more raw
He
five
said,
shit.
hey Trey, he said he had his head in the box with the water. Like I'm
Yeah,
like, bro,
that's
he's just
you
doing
still
this on
watching raw
purpose.
five,
Like
huh?
he doing this
I
on
don't know.
purpose. Like
Come on, man.
Well, anyways, they tested that bitch. It didn't go well apparently, and so he was kind of shook
somebody
about doing it.
drowned.
No, it was him.
Hey,
His name's Scott Patterson.
They put a motherfucker in that box. He said, "Man, somebody drowned for real in this hole. I'm not doing this for this food."
No, it was him. Like he was trying that bitch out, and I guess I don't know what happened. So the nigga he was like concerned about doing that shit, but he ended up doing it without a stuntman. And what they did was they had like the walls of the box got opened up by the stagehands and shit, and they was draining the water whenever like the nigga give him a signal to put his hands up and shit. So they'll drain the water, and they had to do like a bunch of takes of that shit because he was kind of uncomfortable doing that shit. So shit, that's how that shit happened. He ended up doing it without a stuntman, but they had niggas up there like draining the water every so often to like keep this nigga comfortable up there. And then the last trap they used, well, they stuck their hands in that bitch. They used real animal blood for that shit. And I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel about that type shit. I don't really. I don't know.
Motherfuck animals, bro.
I love animals, but you know, I don't know if I got
And
the feeling.
kids. Don't forget the kids. You love
That's
them.
a fact. My fault.
Okay.
I just think that.
Okay.
Worm
That's
Uh,
a
they,
fucking pretty
they
ass.
said that shit smelled terrible, obviously, because it's fucking animal blood. But you know, they
animal
definitely,
blood.
yeah, they use real animal blood. I was gonna say they definitely got like fake blood and
As
dye and
opposed
shit
to
that they
fake
could have
animal
used.
blood.
No, they definitely got fake blood.
Fake animal
But
blood, though?
maybe I don't know. Danny
I wouldn't
Glover,
see what the
man,
point of using fake animal blood would be.
what's the point of using real animal blood? Why not just use dye or some shit?
What's the point of anything, really?
You're right.
Blood, I can understand. Fake animal blood is crazy.
The nigga Danny Glover, they wanted that nigga to be in the shit in the flashback, but he couldn't do it because he was shooting another movie called Blindness or some shit. I've never seen it.
Shout out
Never
Dan
heard of it
Glover.
either.
Bet it was
The West.
ass.
The original fucking screenplay of this shit, it was supposed to have Megan Good and the other white girl, her name Julie Benz. They were supposed to go through most of the movie like in like they undergarments, so basically like they bra and panties type shit. But then the production
They put that shit in raw size.
yeah, this might have been rough. The production team was against it once they saw like how committed and serious these motherfuckers was with their roles. So
That's
they was
lame.
Hey,
almost
Yeah.
yeah,
you
it
gotta,
is.
hey,
Them
I ain't
bitches
lying.
that's,
acted out of the being in their drawers. That's
hey,
lame.
no,
They
that's
was
the
acting
greatest,
too serious and shit.
Trey, that's the greatest long-term plot I've ever heard in my fucking life. Motherfuckers
They had
got
them running
together
around in
and
their
they,
drawers for a
hold on,
while.
listen to me, bro. Hear me out, bro.
Them bitches
This
start
is
acting
really,
too good. All right, you bitches
hear
can put
me
your
out.
clothes on.
No, bro, hear me out, bro. This is
They thought
really
they was
like,
just gonna be like looking sexy and shit. They could just
Right.
bro, this
prancing
is the
around
Hey,
there.
get
greatest
these
shit I've
whores in
ever
their
heard, bro.
panties.
Imagine the four of us make a movie, pause, with $1 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, I paused it.
Yeah,
With $1 million.
Pull's partner,
What is it?
I forgot his name. He said y'all be wanting me to watch these Saw movies. Y'all be having me want to
Go
watch
watch
these
them
Saw
hoes,
movies.
bro. We doing Saw 6
So
like
with you, my
later this
boy, you
week.
good?
But what
Yes,
I'm
Saw
saying,
6
bro,
coming
like
Drown
soon.
for niggas.
imagine motherfuckers decide to make a movie for
No.
$1 million, bro. And the long-term goal, like is 4 years down the road, we gonna get Megan Good in her drawers to walk through. That's the only reason we made this fucking movie.
It's a
That's
different
the greatest
it's a
long-term
different
plan I've
career.
ever heard in my
It's a
life.
different creator, KTL, and
Hey,
writer and
Slim,
director.
that's
Hey,
All right.
even better. Imagine I go,
hey,
like,
that nigga took over
y'all
and was
start
like, wait a
making
minute,
a
I can get that
movie.
bitch in her panties.
Hold on. Hey,
Adam would have
Trey.
never thought of
Hey
this.
Trey, you and Slim are the directors of the movie and shit. I pop up 3 movies down the line and say, hey, bro, like these shits, like I get a job and shit. I'm like, hey, this shit is a great creative direction, but what it needs more is some half-naked bitches, bro. Like, what can we do
KTL,
to make this
I
happen?
believe
Like,
you would have
and
gave it
not
a
only some half-naked bitches, like one of the baddest bitches. You know what I'm
KTL.
saying?
I believe you would have gave it a higher rating if they had that in there, right?
Not even a question.
Raw
Not even a
five
Okay.
for
question.
sure. That's
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
about to
most of
say,
the movie
not
is
even a
insane.
question.
Like they were supposed to be naked for like an hour. That's fire.
Yeah,
Who
so
Trey,
probably
scrapped
what
that, bro?
possible plot point could there have been? Like, why were they even walking around in their drawers other than motherfuckers was
because
horny? Like they
I
said, I
get it.
want to see these
Yeah, that's
bitches half
corny.
naked.
No,
Yeah,
it
that's
make
corny.
it makes sense, man. So obviously they wake up in these fucking traps. Their clothes got took.
You're a
They clothes
fucking
gone
weird
too.
pervert,
But you
bro.
know,
Nigga, I'm just
it's
telling you
niggas.
how
You're
it
a
makes
weird
sense.
fucking
It's
pervert. You
niggas in the
sick
But
game
of
it,
me.
too, though. So niggas ain't
Hold
trying to
on,
see no
Puos.
hey,
niggas no
Puos,
You
God
sick of
movie.
me.
I understand that. I'm just saying how it makes sense.
You
Oh,
sick
I
so
can
of
see
me.
how it makes sense.
you'll sacrifice to see some naked niggas if you can
You
see
sick
Brother,
of me.
Megan Good.
I didn't say whether I wanted to see
You
anything. I'm
sick
saying
of
I
me,
know how it
Slim.
makes sense.
You make me sick.
All you do is not listen, KTL, for 2
You
hours.
make me
Like, I don't
sick.
care.
They had a naked bitch
That's
and
all you
saw
do.
3. The hell froze to death.
They did, Puos. Slim didn't
Yeah,
say
and
nothing
so
about
maybe
that.
that's where they got the idea from. They was like, well, we can have them running around for an hour
Hey, bro, I
like
would.
this.
I don't know if I could spend millions of. Well, I might could spend millions of dollars just to see some bitches I wanted to see naked in a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make a movie with them hoes. Like,
Yeah, go back and do that freezer scene with Megan Good.
Yeah.
damn, I don't think I want. Well, never mind. She died in this one.
All right, man. Let me keep reading, man. Hey, so this is the first sequel in the Saw franchise that did not open up first place on opening weekend in the box office. I believe if they had them hoes naked, they probably would have opened up
Easily.
number
Megan
one.
Good naked is the number one smash.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
clearly.
for sure.
That's a double.
So they missed out on that opportunity, man. The fucking production team.
What went first that year?
I don't know.
Why didn't
It was
I thought about
2008.
looking that shit up too. Yeah, I
I thought
didn't.
it would. That was like certainly something.
But it's not.
Avatar,
It's not
fucking
the
Bavarian.
year. It would have to be that weekend. Whatever weekend this bitch opened.
Yeah, 2008. It was probably like fucking
Around October,
Avatar
I'm sure.
or fucking.
Yeah, it
You
probably was.
think they opened up around October?
Like holiday.
I thought Avatar was 20.
I Am Legend or something.
I thought Avatar was like 2012.
I Am Legend like 06 or something.
Avatar not
That's
2012.
all the same shit, Puos.
You're right.
Anyways, this is the first film where a nigga didn't say game over at the end. And I thought that was
That's
some
why
shit
I named myself
Nigga
that.
ass was dead.
Yeah, that's why I named myself that.
Yeah, but I thought Buddy could have said it from that little tomb or whatever the fuck he was in that little
Oh
glass
boy,
box.
do you know how cold that would have been? He's in a box
Yeah,
sitting
that
on
would
the
have been
floor. He
cold.
looks up at Buddy getting like
Because he was just smiling.
wall.
He was smiling, but if he would have
Yeah,
said
he
game
just
over, that
mouthed
would have been
game
cold.
over.
That would have been cold as
That
fuck.
nigga was in pain too, though.
How?
Because they had glass.
You couldn't breathe
He
that
wearing
well
a
in that
suit.
shit.
Now they had glass in the box. It
Well,
just
he
didn't
wearing
look
a
like
suit. He wearing a 3-piece suit. That glass wasn't getting to him.
the glass didn't look like it was doing shit. I'm not gonna lie, but it was
I never
there.
understood why there was glass in that hole.
I guess that's the pain they was talking about. It was gonna be painful,
Yeah,
but
like,
it didn't look like it did nothing.
Just because I can't give you something that like won't hurt you. So here, I'm gonna put some glass in this hole. Like, get the fuck.
Yeah, the glass on your back. Like I don't think the glass was a good choice either because it didn't do shit. Like the nigga was just laying there, unemotional. Like his face didn't show no kind of pain or nothing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought that was just how it looked. Like I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that was glass at the bottom of that.
That was
ass.
Play a big enough role to like convince me that it was worthwhile.
Right. Once he got pushed in there, he should have acted like he was in pain or some kind of shit.
Yeah. And then got pushed in there and was just defeated. Like, shouldn't your back be cut up?
That nigga was chilling, bro. He was chilling.
I nigga got in there. Damn, I lost, but not really. I'm waiting on this. Like, no, nigga, it's glass right here. Your back should be fucked up.
Right.
But he might have also had it like that though, set up because he knew he'd be the one getting in it, so he might have had it somewhere it didn't hurt him. Like, why hurt myself? I know I'm gonna be the one in this hoe.
I don't know, man. He should have told that nigga game over though. That would have been cool.
Yeah, he like mouthing the words from the box.
Yeah, we would have knew what it meant. That would have been cool.
Like he's shooting at the box and shit. Type shit. Like, that
would have been fire as fuck. The nigga
he could have said a bunch of clean shit right there. He could have said you were right. Like that would have been clean as all. Like
he could have told that nigga bitch ass nigga. That shit would have been crazy.
Hey, two white niggas, white as a motherfucker.
Bitch ass nigga.
Should have got in the box. Oh, in that nigga.
Yeah, they should have did something with that. They didn't have him saying nothing. He was just smiling. They should have had him saying some shit.
He was definitely supposed to, bitch ass nigga.
Is like bitch ass nigga. Is that the same as like cocksucker for white people? Is that what them niggas say?
I don't know, man.
That's KTL.
Bitch ass nigga. I don't know what that is. Probably.
I don't know.
Stupid fucking.
But so the nigga fucking Strom, his name's Scott Patterson, man. He didn't know the ending of the film, and the
Motherfucker
fucking
really muted
Clearly
me.
he
That's
did. You
crazy.
see what happened? He did. He clearly
All
did.
right,
Nigga
sir.
muted you.
Hell yeah.
how am I gonna mute you, nigga? I'm not even.
All right, whatever, bro.
But he said I muted him
Patterson
like I'm
didn't
on
know.
the app.
That nigga got smashed by a wall. He clearly didn't know how.
Hell yeah, Trey.
He had no clue what was about to happen.
So, buddy, I'll see your wife later.
He knew the ending and still let that happen. He's ass. They clearly kept that part from him.
So yeah, he didn't know the ending, and so the special effects team was like making casts of this nigga arms, and I'm pretty sure that's what they did. How the nigga arm snapped or whatever KTL you was talking about. It was like I guess that's
Gruesome.
what the arm cast
Filthy.
shit. And so he asked what the fuck they was for and shit, and they told that nigga that he was getting killed at the end of the movie. So I guess this nigga had the fucking. I don't know if he had the whole script or what how that worked, but he didn't know that he was getting killed at the end of the movie until that shit happened.
That nigga ain't
So
stronger than a wall. I would have pushed that bitch ass wall off, nigga. That's what I would have did. Get on some weights, nigga.
all right, man.
I got $100 on the wall against you.
I got 3 more, man. That fucking pendulum
God
shit.
damn.
All right, I got it. That pendulum shit, KTL. That shit was it was a real fucking model of a pendulum, but the fucking blade was replaced with foam, so that bitch was foam. And the shit where he put his hands to crush his hands, that shit was foam too. I think it's kind of fire how they make that shit.
He weak as a bitch.
Yeah, I think it's fire how they make that shit look like it's real type shit. And you see like that shit was like foam, but it actually looked like some shit. I think that's pretty fire. That fucking coffin that the nigga fell into, that bitch was made of rubber. And also this fucking house. I mean, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but this was the fucking house from Saw 2. The one where they was all in with the nerve gas and shit. Did y'all realize that shit?
Nah, bro.
Hell no.
No.
Yeah.
Hurry up with this shit though, man.
All right, what else you want me to say?
He bored with you, bro.
You got one more, don't you?
No, that was 2.
Saw 2 the best one, bro.
Hey, pause. Trey,
So-
don't you ever tell me a nigga bored with me, nigga.
Niggas ain't bored. Niggas just been in this hole for 3 hours. You feel me?
I said pause.
Come on, Slim. Hurry
That's a
up,
pause, but Raw
Oh.
5 ain't.
I
Saw 2
don't
the
see
best
how that's
one,
a
Mo.
pause.
Raw 5 technically it shouldn't be paused.
Yeah,
but
so
it's not.
what's the it shouldn't be.
no
But what's the
gay
best Saw movie
innuendo.
to y'all?
Saw 2. Finish the last one, Slim.
Nigga, that was it.
5. You said you had 3
I
more.
thought I told you that.
That nigga said he had
Yeah,
3
you said
more.
you had 3 more, and then you
I
only gave
said
out
3.
2.
Nigga,
Yeah, you only
ass.
gave out 2.
I said 3, bro.
Nope.
All right.
I
What
said
you
the
say?
I said
Yeah,
the
it's
pendulum. I said the pendulum. I said the
Why
coffin
do
was
you
rubber.
keep saying it like that?
It's a
I
pendulum.
let
What
it
you want me
slide
to
like
say?
the first
Pendulum.
5 times, bro. That is a G sound, not a D sound.
Pendulum.
Pause.
Yeah,
Yes,
pendulum.
it is pendulum. It
You
is not
said-
pendulum.
That bitch a pendulum, bro.
Nigga
All right,
don't
bro,
want to
you
put a
got
D
it.
right
Yeah,
Hey,
you
there.
doing it
saying
on
the D
purpose.
like that, Paul, is
I
left
didn't
there.
know
It's
that.
crazy.
It's a pendulum. It really
Yeah, I
is.
didn't know he was doing that, Trey.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a
He got
word.
me. He got
I'm
me.
confused about what y'all are talking about. What are you
The
talking about, Trey?
Pronunciation of the word is
man.
pendulum.
Yeah,
In this hole.
he doing it
That
on purpose.
that bitch a pendulum, bro. I don't know what
See
you're
what
talking
I'm
All right,
saying?
bro, you got it.
about.
Like,
Fuck,
yeah,
fuck
I
what y'all
can't
talking
argue
about,
with
nigga.
that. You just don't listen.
Why does it sound like a G? Where y'all get that? Since when?
That's just how the word is
That is
pronounced, bro.
how
I
the
didn't
word
write it.
is pronounced, bro.
I'm never saying it like that, bro. Ain't no G
I know
nowhere
you
near
won't.
You ignorant.
So
You don't
what
get
makes
to
the G
decide.
sound? I'm confused.
The
Yeah, no, I
word
never
is
knew
just
this.
pronounced like that. The same way baloney don't have the letters that should be in baloney, but it just do.
See, I don't fall for shit like that.
I like lasagna too. Like it's no G. Like you don't hear no G sound.
I don't
but
fall
it's
for
in there.
shit like that, boy.
The
You don't
word
have to,
aisle
bro.
has
I
an
keep
F that
saying
is
pendulum.
nowhere in there.
You go out in
No,
public
Puos,
with that shit.
lasagna, I kind of could see that.
Yeah, can
Bologna,
you see baloney though?
hell nah. That's
'Cause that ain't
bologna.
close.
That is Bologna.
That's bologna, bro.
Lasagna, same way.
I'm
So
gonna
it
keep it a
should be
buck. I've never
lasagna.
heard I
Based
never
on
knew.
spelling, it should be
Hey,
Lazonia.
man, and this
I never
motherfucker.
knew pendulum though. I never
Hey,
knew that.
Pools,
So
We
It's
might as well
I don't
just,
think
100%
I'm gonna say that.
pendulum.
we might as well try to get to the 3
Yeah, I'm
hour
probably
mark at
never
this
gonna say
point,
that.
bro.
Man, shit. This
I
whole
can
You
get
said
to
believe
the
get.
it.
2:30
You
mark. I'm
said
out
get
of
what off, KTL?
Pendulum is
What?
crazy.
What did you say? We
there.
could get what
Nigga
off?
said what?
Bro, he's been doing this the entire time,
Hey,
bro.
I
stop
This
just
it.
is the
asked you a
third or
fucking
fourth
KTM
question.
time.
said we should try to
What
get
was
to
your
the
rating,
3 hour
Slim?
mark,
He
man.
didn't give it, bro.
Slim, can you
That's
give
what
your
I.
rating, please, bro?
Oh, my rating is a 7.5.
All right, so
Salute, man.
8.7, 8.5, 6, 7.5.
It's
Yeah.
a 7.6, bro.
7.6, man.
Cool.
Salute. That's it, man.
All
We
right.
gotta go ahead and wrap this shit
Yeah,
up, man.
we
Real
definitely
Rap
gotta go,
Podcast, Real Rap Coalition Podcast.
We gonna
These
do the
niggas.
other one later this week.
It's lit, man.
Saw
We don't
6.
got no
Come back
choice.
for the crash out session, man. Saw 6 is next on the top.
Crash out.
Oh, we gonna
man.
crash the fuck out on that one.
For sure, y'all know Big Bad Rapey McRapey.
I haven't seen
Live.
what. Trey, do you do those things
Yeah,
you
this
speak of?
faggot ass shit, man.
Do I do what?
That shit will never
Those,
not be funny, bro.
those things that you speak of, do you do them?
It depends on which things. I say
Shut
a
that
lot of shit.
faggot ass shit
I
up,
do most
son.
of them.
The
Come on,
McRapersons.
what's up? Niggas made it through this whole shit. What's up?
Do you
That's
do the
my nigga, bro.
McRapersons? Do you do them?
I don't believe in rape.
Yeah,
Rape is
Puos
just
is a big mo less,
listen.
but do you
Rape
do?
is just consensual sex that she has yet to agree to. That's literally
Man,
all.
Slim
Oh
is the
my
animals and kids
god!
guy,
Why
bro.
can't niggas just
And
get through this?
KTL, you the well, we heard about you from Black Roots. I ain't gotta tell you
You
that.
didn't hear nothing from me.
Oh yeah, it's on a lot of previous
Shit,
episodes.
I don't
No,
give a
sir.
damn. I know what he be suggesting.
Hey, niggas was talking about like the
He say
baddest
he be having
cartoon
man
bitches.
ass marathons.
Hey, look, niggas was talking about the baddest cartoon bitches and teachers, and that nigga said Mr. Garrison. I
See
was like,
what I'm
what
saying, bro? Like,
the fuck that nigga talking about? That nigga saying niggas.
hey, Puos, bro. Not
That nigga
even
might fuck
Friday.
with Mr. Garrison.
Hey, Puos.
What the fuck that nigga talking about,
Puos,
bro?
I swear to God, bro, we just did a movie
Hey.
talking about all type of funny shit in the movie. Ruth said my favorite scene is when the grown man spanked the other grown man. Like,
He definitely said that.
Garrison is crazy.
And I'm not exaggerating. I'm like, bro, look, niggas was so confused. Like, it was like 5 seconds of
bro, it got
silence.
so quiet.
I
Like,
said, hey, yo.
Mr. Garrison is crazy.
that's not even the first time a motherfucker did that shit,
Hey,
bro.
KTL, he definitely said that shit about his favorite scene in Step Brothers
Bro,
was when that nigga got spanked by that man.
it's always Roots, bro.
He
Motherfucker
did
was
say
sitting
that.
there talking
Nigga
about,
on
yeah,
some
I'm talking
other
about
shit.
when Billy the Kid was in the bathtub and like,
That's
come
when
on,
y'all
bro.
watch Young Buns.
Come on, bro.
In this
Hey, shut
motherfucker,
this
I gotta
shit
go,
down,
man.
Shout out Black
Niggas
I
Roots,
just
gotta
real
man.
ignorant shit,
in
man.
this
Fuck
bitch.
Black Roots.
Sign
Faggot
us out,
ass.
Puos.
Fuck Black
Faggot ass
Roots.
Roots.
Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. Nigga said fuck Black Roots, so fuck Black Roots. We up out of here. Man.
So,
Faggot ass Roots.
Sign us out, KTL.
You faggot ass
what's
Roots.
this? A carousel, nigga? If you don't
Sign us
turn this
out,
shit
Trey.
off- Man, I'm out of here. Y'all know what it is,
Carousels,
man.
that's Slim two favorite things. Animals and kids.
Sign us out, Slim.
All right, man. Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. The official sign out. We out this bitch.
If she didn't say no, it's yes.